I'm not an expert, but I always feel like if you're out on a first date and you don't make it to the intended place you were planning on going to, that probably wasn't a good date. Like if it ends before you actually got to where you wanted to have the date, probably not good.
What if it ends at your house, in your room, your bedroom before?
Like I said, I'm not an expert. That could be a good thing.
Yeah.
Rich is on the phone with us right now. His date actually halfway happened. He never made it exactly where he wanted to go. He went out with a girl named Danielle. They were supposed to go to a Sounders game, apparently. But Rich's email says that they didn't make it that far. What's up, Rich? How are you?
Hey, Jubal.
So tell us about your date. Why didn't you make it to the Sounders game?
I mean, that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out, actually.
Okay, Rich, start from the beginning. Where did you meet her?
Okay, well, I met this girl, Danielle, through friends on Facebook, actually.
Okay.
And, like, right away, like, the first time I saw her, I was like, she's super, super cute. And she seemed like, a really cool person from, just from her profile.
Right, some hilarious status updates. You were like, oh my gosh, great sense of humor.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Okay.
And, of course, like, when my buddy's like, oh, dude, she has a boyfriend, her status was like in a relationship. She had a boyfriend, and so I kind of just didn't really think about it. And then all of a sudden I see that, her status changed and she's single. She's like, this is my chance.
So you stalked her profile. You stalked her profile for months, waiting until she broke up with her boyfriend, and you're like, now I can pounce.
Oh, man.
Good work.
I mean, not exactly.
Well, a Sounders game is a good first date, though.
Yeah, I mean, I got really good seats, and, like, one of the things that I really liked about her is that she's a Sounders fan, and I thought that would be a really great first date, and she seemed really excited about it.
All right, but your email said that you didn't even make it to the game, so what happened?
Well, I suggested that we just do like a little pre-gaming over at my house,
Right.
just to kind of break the ice, I guess, have a couple beers before the game or whatever. And so we're drinking some beers, just kind of like hang out, and there was like a little bit of a lull, and so I don't know if this was kind of a stupid move or whatever, but I suggested that we play Battleship.
Okay.
Okay.
And so she was up for it, and so, I mean, I kind of was, like letting her win, and, just trying to be a good guy.
Letting her win at Battleship, a game where you guess numbers.
Yeah, because if I lost, I would never go out on a second date with that guy.
Sliding her
Totally
diagram.
let her win at that game of luck, basically.
I was being nice.
So yeah, we got to talking about our childhood and what our favorite games were growing up. She was a big fan of Clue, and my favorite game growing up was Shoots and Ladders.
This is all.
How drunk? Okay, were you guys really drunk?
We weren't really drunk, but we're definitely getting our buzz on.
All right, because
sure.
it sounds like a drunken conversation where you start getting all heated about board games.
So when did the date end?
I mean, it was almost time to go, and she gets a call from somebody, I guess her friend, and she's like, I have to go, it's an emergency.
So are you not believing that it was an actual emergency? You think it was like a setup from her friend to rescue her from the date?
We were having a really good time, and we were hitting it off, and I wouldn't expect it to be like a fake emergency,
Yeah.
But after that, I tried to see if everything was okay. I tried to see what was going on, and called her a couple times, and it's been 10 days, and I just haven't heard from her at all.
From the sound of everything, it sounds like maybe she did have an emergency.
But
Unless you're forgetting something. Are you forgetting something, Rich?
What's that?
Are you forgetting anything about the evening, like when you guys were arguing about board games or something? Did you, I don't know, did you call her a I don't know. Who knows?
You sunk my battleship!
Well, you know what I mean? Because you call up the second time and they're like, they left a very important detail out like that. It's like, yeah, the guy called me a and I left. You didn't do anything like that. You can't think of anything.
No, I really can't. I mean, we were pretty buzzed, but I don't think I left anything out. I just don't get it.
Okay.
I do think it's weird. Like, if I had an emergency on a date and it was real, I would call the guy back later and say, hey, sorry about that. Let's reschedule.
Did you go to the Sounders game by yourself?
Oh,
still?
sad.
No, I didn't even go, man.
man.
I didn't have anybody to go with, and I was kind of worried, too. Like, if it was a real emergency, I would have felt bad, posting pictures of me having a blast while she was, I don't know, at the hospital or something.
Should have gone by yourself and just posted sad selfies, sitting in it next to an empty seat, and then tagged her in it just to let her know how sad you were she didn't make it to the game.
I wish I would have thought of that.
I see. Full of great ideas. All right, man. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man. Hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Rich wants us to call Danielle. They were supposed to go to a Sounders game together. They partied a little while at his house beforehand. In the middle of that, she got a phone call saying that there was an emergency. She had to leave. She hasn't called Rich since. Rich has tried to get a hold of her and has heard nothing.
Has something like this ever happened to you before on a date, Rich?
No, it hasn't.
Would you describe yourself as a likable guy?
I would say so. I mean, I got a good amount of friends. I feel like I'm a good guy, at least, you know.
Okay. So that's a good question to ask somebody.
I got some people to hang
You
out
don't hear
with.
many people go like, no, actually, not likable at all.
I'm a terrible
Actually,
person.
you may say that about yourself,
True. I am a
Jubal.
horrible bore.
Yeah.
You don't want to hang out with me at all. All right, Rich. We're about to call Danielle, see if we can get her on the phone, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Danielle, please?
Yeah, this is Danielle.
Hi, Danielle. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Nice to meet you, Danielle.
Why are you calling me?
You actually recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they emailed us because you aren't calling them back, and they desperately want to see you again.
Okay. Well, I'm dating a lot of people right now, so...
You're dating a lot of people.
Good for
Okay,
you.
so if I throw a name out there, you might know who this person is.
I mean, yeah, probably.
His name is Rich, and you guys are supposed to go to a Sounders game together.
Yeah, no, look, I told him I had an emergency.
Right. He told us all of that. But, you know, the speculation comes around to, did you actually have an emergency, or were you bailing on the date? I say that you're bailing, that you didn't like Rich and you wanted to leave.
After hearing her tone of voice, I agree.
Am I right, Danielle?
I don't... Look, if you talk to him again, just tell him it's an emergency and it's an ongoing emergency.
So you... All right.
Every
You
day.
can't live in a constant state of emergency,
Danielle,
It's just not possible.
You have an eternal emergency going on that won't let you contact Rich. I hope I'm not reading into that when I think that you didn't like Rich very much.
Look, if I tell you, you have to promise that this won't get back to him, okay?
Sure.
Because I really don't want to hurt his feelings. It's just... I
Well-
was in... What?
I mean, just think about it. If you know, Rich is the person who wanted us to call you, so he's willing to hear whatever it is you have to say. But we won't tell him if it's too embarrassing.
Yeah, I really don't want to hurt his feelings.
Neither do I. I like the guy when I talked to him. He seemed nice. I would hate to hurt his feelings.
Oh, my gosh. What is it, Danielle?
Well, I mean, I just got out of a long-term relationship. I'm back on the dating scene. And like I said, I'm dating a lot, because I'm
Yeah.
single again. And because I'm trying to be open, I gave Rich a shot. And we were at his place, like playing board games. And he's just kind of dull, He's just not very interesting. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, wow, we're playing board games, and then I'm going to have to go to this 3-hour game and listen to him.
So you thought he was boring?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. That's the truth of it. Sometimes you click with people,
Yeah.
and sometimes you don't.
But, Danielle, how long were you guys hanging out at the house before you decided that this guy was a total drag?
Like an hour, but
How can you analyze someone in just an hour?
Oh, I think you can.
Yeah, a couple minutes.
yeah.
You know if you're not having a good time.
Okay, but don't commit to a 3-hour Sounders game then.
I know. I mean, I love the Founders, and I thought it would be fun, but that's 3 more hours with this guy, and then it's going to get super awkward afterwards if he tries to, kiss me,
Yeah. You're like,
So-
I don't want a boring kiss. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
come on.
So-
I just can't believe you lied to me.
What?
Just lied to me, straight up, just faked an emergency call, unreal.
Danielle, that's Rich.
About that.
He is actually on the other line listening.
Okay, this is not fair. You said you weren't going to tell him anything.
I didn't. You did. So I wasn't lying when I told you that. I'm sorry. But I think Rich needs to know what you think of him if he wants to go out with you so badly. Maybe now he'll leave you alone.
Oh.
I'll definitely leave you alone. I mean, I didn't think I was wasting my time with a liar. Somebody who would just only give me an hour to totally impress you and wow you. I'm glad this happened actually because That's just like a straight, that's a move. I'm sorry.
Good for you, Rich.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm really sorry. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I'm not a liar. I didn't want to hurt your feelings and tell you.
Like, the idea, like, that you couldn't just, like, be straight up with somebody and just leave me, like, hanging, too.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to, like, leave you hanging. I was trying to be nice. I wasn't interested in you. I didn't want the rest of the night to be awkward, and then that's going to lead you on more. So I figured get out while I can and made up an excuse so I wouldn't hurt your feelings. That doesn't make me a huge liar. I'm really sorry.
Just leave me hanging for almost 2 weeks. Like, I've called you, I've texted you. Like, at no point did you think maybe it would be the grown-up thing to do, to, tell this guy the truth so he can actually, I just can't believe it.
Okay, well, you know what? If you want the truth, then here's the truth, all right? We played Battleship on our first date, all right? That's not what a girl wants. That's not what any girl wants.
That's not
What are you
true.
talking about?
That is not true.
Brooke, I guess, loves Battleship. That's the way to Brooke's heart. I didn't know that.
Game.
I mean, you didn't even give me a chance. You didn't even give me a chance to go to the game with you and, actually show you who I was, who I am. We didn't have a chance to even go together.
I never said I didn't go to the game.
What?
You went to the game? What?
You went to the game?
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell you that I went to the game, but you're kind of being a right now. So if you really want to know, I was not clicking with you at all, and I got a message from another guy I'd been on a couple dates with.
No way.
He happened to have tickets. So, yeah, I took the chance, and I went, and I had a blast that night, and I would never have wanted to tell you that. Keep pushing.
Are you serious, Danielle, or are you just trying to be mean to Rich because you don't like
I'm
him?
not trying to be mean. I don't want to be mean, but good Lord.
You know what? You, because that's bullshit. Oh, she ended up going to the game. I sat at home worrying about you. Obviously, shouldn't have even wasted any time. You're a man. That's unreal.
Dude, Danielle.
Wow.
Do you have any remorse right now, Danielle, for this or no?
Well, I did. I felt bad the whole time, but now I don't. I really feel like he's being so rude to me. I lied because I was trying to be nice, so I'm sorry.
Wow.
Ultimately, I'm glad, because I don't have time for people like you. I don't have time to be wasting my time on some.
Yeah, Rich, you got games of Battleship to play with tons of other people.
Oh, you guys, this deteriorated
Hey,
quickly.
at this point, I would love to ask you guys if you two would go out on a second date.
Come on, Jubal.
We'll pay for it. Send you to another Sounders game or something. Danielle, are you
Absolutely
interested?
not.
No? Okay. Rich, you interested?
Oh, my God.
Hell no.
Thought for sure you guys would have gone out again.
Weird.
Well, there you go, Rich. You got your answer, man. She lied to you.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Sorry, bro.
Hey, next Sounders game, I'll go with you.
Great. That would be amazing, actually.
Yeah, no, I probably got plans, though. Probably got plans. Sorry about that. We've heard a lot of bad dates on the second date update. Today, though, might take the cake for the worst date ever
Oh, no.
in
How?
the history of dates.
Dude, we had a guy poop himself a week ago.
This would be way more painful, in my opinion. Will is on the phone with us. He wants to do a second date update today, and Will spent his first date, get this, with a girl
Yeah.
babysitting her nieces. Oh, my God, that sounds like a horrible time.
It's kind of cute.
Will, how are you?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What up, man? So you went on a first date, but your first date was actually babysitting her nieces? How'd that work out?
It actually wasn't as bad as it sounds, honestly. We have some mutual friends, and they wanted to set us up. I thought she was cool. I met her
Yeah.
at a party, but she's really busy, and I'm really busy. It was really hard to coordinate, and so she told me that the only time that she was going to have free in the next 2 weeks was when she was babysitting for her brother, and, I was game.
Was it fun? Did you have a good time?
It was cool, yeah. I mean, I love kids, and they're really nice kids. We had a great
You
time.
didn't have to spank any of them or put them on timeout? You didn't take over? And
Just goes a dictator.
Did you guys just hang out at, you said it was her brother's kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you guys just hang out at his house, or did you actually go do something?
No, we hung out at his house. We went to the park at one point.
Yeah.
Okay.
One, I don't know. As a new parent, I think it's a little strange to let whoever's babysitting your kids go on a date at the same time. I feel like maybe your attention wasn't totally focused in the right places, but hey, whatever. Did you connect with the children?
For sure, yeah. I'm great with kids.
Yeah, that is a
sounded
weird question.
Yeah.
I mean, like, did he have fun?
Did you have one-on-ones
Yeah.
with the children?
I think the time was more about his date and not if he wants to become a stepfather to these kids.
I was wondering if his connection with the kids impressed the girl. That's all
There
I'm
you
trying
go.
to say.
Okay.
Did it? Did she seem impressed with how you were able to handle children? Okay, that sounds creepy. Everything. Okay, let's just forget about the kids for a second. How'd the date go?
It was great. Like, we went to the park. We made mac and cheese. I thought we were having a banging time.
Banging time.
And did everything seem okay on her behalf? Like, did you guys end up kissing or making out? Like, put the kids to bed?
Well, here's the thing, man. I mean, I told you we were making mac and cheese at one point and, like, laughing. The kids were in the next room watching a movie, and the whole thing was going so well, and I kind of got caught up in the moment, and I went in for a kiss, and she was not into it.
She denied you. How did she deny you? Did she shove you off and, like, call you a jerk? Or was she like, I don't kiss on the first date? Or, hey, idiot, there's kids in the other room. How did that go down?
She was cool about it. She sort of put her hand on my chest and, like, she didn't push me away, but she didn't let me get any closer.
Yeah.
And she was like, that's not appropriate.
She pulled out the pepper spray.
Did her mood seem to change after that? I mean, it sounds like you guys were happy-go-lucky, and then after the kiss, did things go downhill, or were you guys able to recover?
The vibe definitely did change a little bit, but we kind of got back into having a good time. When I said goodbye, it was like, we definitely need to do this again, and she was like, for sure. She seemed into it.
All right, and how many times have you tried to get a hold of her since your date?
I've called like 3 times. She never answers the phone. She'll only respond to my text, but it's always like one-liners, like, can't talk, too busy.
All right, and that's probably different from how she was texting you before you went out, right?
Totally, and that's what's confusing me is that it's not only different than that, but it doesn't represent how the date went. Like, I feel like something's up, and I don't know what.
There's nothing you're leaving out, like you started cussing in front of the kids, or...
No, I told you everything.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Cool, man, thanks.
Hey, Will?
Yo.
I think I know why you're not getting a call back.
Okay.
Now, you went on your first date with Angie, and you babysat her brother's kids.
Right.
Her nieces.
Yeah.
I think that Angie lied to you the whole time. I think those are actually her kids.
What? That's too
She
weird,
made an
dude.
elaborate scheme to see how you would interact with her kids the whole time.
It was really a future daddy
Yep.
audition.
And now she's not calling you back because you didn't pass the test. Her kids didn't like you. I picture her sitting to your kids now before he comes over here. Remember, you do not call me mommy. You call me
so
Aunt
weird.
Angie right now. Hey, we've heard weirder things on second date updates before.
That'd be a whole
It's not
lot
out of the
crazy.
realm of possibility. All right, man, we're about to make the phone call. Just to remind everybody, Will did try to kiss Angie while they were making mac and cheese for the 2 little youngsters they were watching on their babysitting date. And she pushed him away and was kind of awkward about the whole thing. And she's been texting him back just saying that she's too busy to get together. So we're about to get her on the phone and see if that is the case or if you did something really wrong to make her not like you. You ready to go, Will?
Ready to go.
All right, man.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Angie, please?
this is her.
Angie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Wait, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show?
Okay.
Okay, clearly you're not a listener. That's fine. Hey, no worries. We do a radio show. My name is Jubal. I'm also here with Brooke Fox, Jose
Hey.
Bolaños, and Lydia Cruz.
Hey.
Hi.
We're calling you this morning because you recently went out on a date with a listener of ours. Do you remember going out with Will?
Yeah, I remember him.
Okay. Well, Will has been trying to get a hold of you, and apparently you keep texting him back that you're busy.
Yeah.
Are you really busy, or are you blowing him off? That's the question that we want to know.
I am really busy.
Okay, so you would like to go out with Will again?
Well,
There it is.
You don't
Angie.
want to. Okay.
Because the
Sure.
thing, I mean, the thing is even if you're busy, you make time for somebody that you like.
the thing is, I don't want to go out with him again because he did something that made me really uncomfortable after the date.
After the date.
He did text
Okay.
you. I mean, he called you like 3 times, which is a little bit much.
Well, right away, right after the date, he texted me, which is fine, just like had a good time, but he said he forgot his wallet at the house, at my brother's house. And I was like, oh, no problem, whatever. I just called my brother and told him Will was going to stop back and get his wallet.
Yeah.
So my brother told me that when Will came back to get his wallet, he said, nice to meet you again, blah, blah, we had a great time. By the way, Andy's really uncomfortable and doesn't want to say anything, but she'd really like you to pay her when she babysits your kids.
What? He's like negotiating with your brother over babysitting fees?
Is that true? Is that something that you told him on your date that you wish you got paid for?
No. First of all, I love spending time with my nieces.
Yeah.
Happy to help my brother out. I work. I don't need to be paid for babysitting. I have my own money. I just like spending time with my nieces. So I'm just like mortified, and I'm telling I told my brother that I didn't put him up to that, but like my brother, now I don't know if my brother believes him or believes me, and like now I feel like such a sleaze. But also the other thing is, Will has been calling me and texting me, but never said one word about this.
Wait, that's not true, though. That's a total lie.
Will?
Yeah, Angie, that's Will. He's actually on the other line listening. Will, you were supposed to wait until I called you into the conversation.
I can't wait. Sorry, that she's lying. It's not true.
I'm not lying.
You said that you felt uncomfortable not getting paid, and I wanted you to have the money.
I never, ever said that. I never would say that. I never said that to you.
So you're telling me that you didn't say at dinner, when we were sitting down at dinner, that it would be great if I got paid for this, but I'm not. You didn't say that.
I didn't say it like that. I was joking. I did not say it at all seriously, and I did not say it like that.
Will.
And I did not say it in any way that would give you the right to go talk to my brother about it.
Yeah, Will.
Yeah.
Even if she was serious, you went on one date with her. Why do you think it's your place to hit her brother up like that?
I was trying to do what was right for her. I was trying to have her stand up for herself.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
You
but-
took money from her
You don't know
family.
me at all.
Yeah, but it's one date, Will. Like maybe if you guys been together for a while and you actually knew the family and you thought her brother was treating her wrong, you could be like, hey, dude, you should probably give her some money for that. But one date?
Will, how much money do you have from her brother?
It was $30.
$30.
Were you planning on giving it to her at least?
I was going to use it for the second date.
Oh.
You're an idiot. What was going through your mind? Like, why do you think that would be okay?
Well, I'm an idiot? You're an idiot for babysitting for free.
Oh.
You're just giving your time away.
You don't know anything about my life. I told you a million times that I just like spending time with my nieces.
You also told me that you wanted to get paid.
I did not tell you that I wanted to get paid.
You gotta, I guess, Will, are you not good at picking up on sarcasm? Because maybe Angie was just joking and you took it a little bit too far.
Look, I'm not the bad guy here, okay? I'm not the bad guy. I was trying to do something good for her. I was trying to have her stand up for herself. She's making it sound like she wasn't complaining about it. She was complaining about it.
Even so, why would you want to put yourself in the middle of family drama if that were true?
Ask for what you
We
want.
had no family drama. We had no family drama until you got involved. So that's 100% of the reason why I didn't want to return any of your calls. My brother and I were just fine. If you can't take, like, a sweet, normal conversation that we were having over dinner in front of my nieces, why would I talk about that in front of my nieces? I remember saying to you, life would be beautiful if all I had to do was just, like, hang out with my nieces, and if this could be my job instead of always having to go to work and being busy all the time.
Yep, sounds like me, Angie. You're complaining about not getting paid. Like, if this could be my job, if I could make money from doing this. Angie, I'm about to call your brother right now and say, hey, dude, step up and pay your sister.
That's ridiculous.
I can't believe your brother didn't punch him in the face.
What?
I know, right?
God, we're talking about $30, you know? We're arguing over $30. I did it for her. I wanted to get it for her.
that you took from my brother that you still have.
Good point.
That is true, Will. You still have the money.
You guys don't get it.
Yeah, I don't.
I guess not.
I
But
think you're disgusting. Like, I'm just even more don't ever want to see you again.
Whoa.
I guess that leads me to my next question. Angie, would you like to go out on a second date with Will? We will pay for
Absolutely not.
it. That was a quick answer.
He can
You sure you
take
don't?
He can take that $30 that he got from my family and use it to take some other girl out on some cheap date before he gets involved with her family.
You sure you don't want to think about it, Angie? You answered the question.
no.
Okay. All right. Will, would you be interested in going out with Angie again?
Not if she lies like this.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so no second date, I guess.
Yeah.
Will, next time you go out on a date, try not to get involved in some sort of family argument right away.
Whatever, man. I was trying to help her.
Hey, but Will, I do have trouble standing up for myself. In my next contract negotiations here at the station, would you mind stepping in for me? Maybe you get me an extra $30 out of the deal.
It's funny.
I think we've all had those mornings where you wake up at like 2 p.m, kind of groggy, wondering how you got home. Like, I think I remember being in a cab.
Oh, God.
I'm not really sure. That sort of happened for today's second dater, Mary, who is on the phone with us right now. Mary, how are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Thank you for your email. Appreciate it.
Yeah, totally.
So it said that you met a guy out at a club, and then you sort of remember him taking you home.
Oh, Mary.
Why don't you explain what happened?
Oh, Mary.
Well, kind of embarrassing. I was just out at the club. I was there with some girlfriends, my roommate, and we were out just like dancing, having a fun time, like drinking, whatever.
Girls' night.
Yeah, doing you.
Yeah, just like normal night. And you know how like guys at clubs can usually be like aggressive and just like come up and like grind on you, and it's like totally obnoxious. And
Yeah.
I
And you always have
personally-
the girlfriend come in and try to rescue you by
Yes.
dancing with you, and then you dance away.
yeah, totally. You like give them the look, you have the sign, you're like, hey, like get me out of this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we're kind of like doing that, going back and forth, just having like a girls' night out. But then there was this one guy who just like seemed sweet, and what was like nice about him was that he actually asked me to dance. Like he didn't just like come up on me, and that was like really refreshing.
Isn't that sad that that's our standard in society
Yeah.
today? Like, he just asked before he rubbed up on me.
Yeah, so we were like dancing a little bit, and then kind of broke off from the group and got a drink. And
So you hung out with this dude at the bar all night.
well, yeah, I mean, we were like drinking, dancing, like just kind of back and forth,
Okay.
like having a fun
So,
time.
so you hung out with the dude at the bar all night.
I mean, we were dancing and
Just say
drinking.
yes.
So
Yes,
you hung
do it,
out
Mary.
with the dude at the bar all night. That's pretty much what I'm saying, Mary.
Okay, yeah, that's what we
Okay.
were doing. So he seems great, so I like give him my phone number, and he like, I don't even know how that happened, but I was like, you're awesome, like put your number in my phone.
Here's my phone. Type it in.
I love that.
Type it in there. It is a good move. I've seen that happen quite a bit. So
Yeah, so like here's where it gets embarrassing. I gave him my phone number, and then things get really hazy.
It sounds like it, Mary.
The next thing I know, we're just like having one of those epic, super fun cab rides. I mean, it was all funny. It was like me, my roommate, and him. We were all just kind of like laughing, like having a fun time. But I think there was like a moment where he woke me up. I was falling asleep.
are you like
Wait,
passed out on the way home?
Yeah, but I do remember that he helped us get into our place.
Okay. So was it like he was taking care of you? I mean, I've been out and I've been with drunk girls before, and I'm like, I'm going to make sure they get home safe.
Yeah.
And I'll take a cab home and then put them into bed. And then be like, oh, okay, I guess she actually is passed out. I guess I should go.
I mean, that's a nice thing, I think, for him to do if he was just trying to make sure you're safe. But, I mean, Jubal, is there ever a time where a girl passes out on you in a cab that you still find her attractive
Oh,
after that?
don't ask Jubal
Okay,
for
you're right.
Yeah,
I
Yes,
don't
I
just
do.
Get that power nap, big
Come on,
girl.
bro.
Yeah.
Because when we get
You're going to
home-
be up for a while. You need to take a nap. Okay, so what's the last thing you remember from this guy?
I guess he got us inside and got me in my room, and then next thing I knew, like in the morning, he's gone, and my roommate and I are like kind of trying to piece together our night.
So wait,
Did he
And-
stay the night?
No, he definitely didn't stay the night, but I mean, I want to see him again. Like, we haven't even kissed. I want to see him again and like thinking,
Yeah.
like, we had a fun time.
Would you even be able to pick him out of a lineup?
Yes.
Pretty sure.
One thing I remember.
If it was a lineup of some really blurry pictures, I could do it. Okay. So he got you into your place, okay, and left. Have you tried asking him out? Have you tried getting a hold of him?
Yeah, I tried to call him a couple of times and nothing.
Wait, what's his name again?
Steven.
Do you know that it's his number that he left you in his phone?
Yeah, I mean, his voicemail says, "This is Steven, leave a message."
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, Come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Oh.
All right, hang on. I just thought of something.
You did.
Mary is on the phone with us. She wants to do a second date update. She met this guy, Steven, when she was out drunk.
Yeah.
Barely remembers him. They took a cab home, her roommate, and him. All she remembers is him, like, helping get her up to the place, putting her in bed, and then he's never seen again. She said she talked about the evening with her roommate. Do you think that maybe her roommate could have done something with Steven and isn't telling her?
Yeah.
Oh, then he left because he
Depends
didn't
on how good of friends they are, right?
Mary?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Have you thought about that angle?
No, I have not thought about that angle.
she's a little angry.
Now that you're thinking about that angle, is that a possibility?
I don't think she would do that.
Why don't you just want to chalk this one up to a fun night out and let it go?
I mean, I just feel really bad about the night, and I think he's really cute, and I just want to see him again.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to dial the phone number right now, but you don't think there's any way that he couldn't have, like, be doing stuff with your roommate and you don't know it?
You want this to be true, don't
Yeah,
you,
he
Jubal?
does.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I'm going to call him right now, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is Steven there?
Yeah, that's him.
Hey, man, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Okay.
Okay, you ever heard of us?
No, I haven't.
All right, you obviously don't live in America. We do a morning show here on Moving 92.5. We have a segment on our show called the Second Date Update.
Okay.
You recently went on a date with one of our listeners. I mean, I say date, it wasn't really so much of a date. You recently met one of our listeners at a bar and helped escort her home.
Oh. Yeah.
Rings a bell.
Does this happen often, or do you know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
Okay. Her name is Mary. Mary emailed us and said that she really liked meeting you. She thought you were an awesome guy. She admitted that she was probably a little bit too drunk at the end of the night. And she's been trying to call you ever since you helped her get home to thank you, but you're not answering any of her phone calls.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to be on the radio for... Yeah. Sorry.
Can we just a few minutes of your time? I promise we'll let you go soon.
No, hey.
Oh, is he really
You
gone?
did hung up, yeah.
Whoa.
Dude, Mary,
What did
what did Mary do?
Yeah, Mary.
Mary, how did you make this dude feel that uncomfortable that he's, like, scared of you?
I don't know.
Sweet Mary,
Yeah.
come on, dancing.
What happened?
I don't know. Let's see if we can call him back again and see if he'll answer. I'll try to keep him on the phone. He does not sound like he wants to play, though.
Yeah.
Hello?
Steven, is Jubal from the radio station.
I already told you I don't want to do this.
I know, but please, just for a second, I promise I won't take a lot of your time. You don't have to go into too much detail. We're just trying to figure out what happened that night.
No.
Dude, for Mary's sake, okay? Because Mary wants to know. She doesn't remember the night. You don't have to say anything about her if you don't want to. She just wants to know what happened.
Everything's fine. She got home. I got home. End story.
Steven, I mean,
Why do you sound so angry, dude?
Yeah, what
she
happened?
doesn't remember.
It wasn't pretty.
Did she, like, puke on you or something?
No, she didn't puke on me, but she got a little too drunk for her own good.
Yeah.
I mean, I took her and her roommate home, which was all sorts of fun. I'm in the back with her. The roommate was singing at the top of her lungs in the front with the cabbie who hated it.
Steven, listen, I can sympathize with you. I've been in that situation a lot. And it is the most annoying thing ever.
I've actually been kicked out of a cab for doing
Yeah.
that. I'm not lying.
I've been you before, Steven. I've been the guy in the back that's been like, oh my God, just make this end. So I understand your hesitancy to do this.
But that was nice of you.
Well, thank you.
Was it just was it just that you were embarrassed in the cab? That was it?
Well, the whole thing was embarrassing. We got her in the cab. Like I said, the roommate was a ball of joy. She was passed out in the back, grabbing up my junk.
Oh, nice.
No.
Grabbing at it?
That's not the way you want it done, you know?
Yeah.
To say the least. I mean, I don't need a drunk girl half passed out in a cab
I don't need that.
Yeah, it's not sexy.
No.
There's sexy
Yeah,
grabbing
that's
at the
not
drunk, and then there's not sexy grabbing at the drunk.
And it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl doing it.
Did you tell her to stop?
I mean, I pushed her away. She's like, "Oh no, come on, just let me touch it." Try and tell a drunk girl something.
Yeah.
What's that?
So she groped you and then passed out, and you helped her get into her room and then left, and you didn't want anything to do
Yeah,
with it.
I had the cab hold out in front. We got
Yeah.
her roommate to help me get her in. She was at least functional. So we got him into the house. She was passed out. I left. I took the cab home, and here I am.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing with us what happened.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do want to let you know that Mary is actually on the other line and heard everything that you just said, too.
Really?
Yes, she is. Mary, go ahead and say hi to Steven.
I am so embarrassed.
Oh, Mary.
Do you remember doing any of that, Mary?
No, Steven, I'm sorry. You're so nice. I'm not like that. I don't know what happened.
Mary, that's never happened before?
No, never.
That you can remember.
Right. Right.
That's not me. I am not like that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
I mean, was it like a little sexy?
No, it wasn't sexy at all. You know, it's fun at the club, and it's fun to have a good time, but I don't want to go on a date like that, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, she was drunk. Have you ever been drunk before, Steven?
I mean, I get it. I'm not judging her. I didn't want to freaking talk about it, you know?
It's a good point, Steven.
Here we are.
Yeah, it is a good
And now
point.
you got me on the phone with her.
Do you think you could forgive her for a drunken mistake?
She doesn't need my forgiveness. I don't give a but there's a reason I didn't answer the phone.
Oh, come on. But Mary, I mean, you guys obviously had a connection at the beginning of the night.
Yeah, I mean, we're
we do,
having
but when you don't want them to touch your in the cab as you're passing out, like, that kind of ruins it.
That brings me to my next question. Steven, would you like to go out on a second date with Mary? We will pay for it. No alcohol. The groping is completely up to you guys.
I mean, come on, Steven. We were having such a good time. I honestly, like, that's not like me. And I don't know. Let's just give it a second chance. I promise I'll, like, sit on my hands, like, whatever you're comfortable with.
We'll have a bouncer follow you guys on the date. And if there's any appropriate touching, you know, we'll separate you two. How about that, Steven? Come on.
I mean, Mary, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I didn't answer the phone on purpose. And you call a radio show to have them call me and trick me to get you on a second date with you? Told me you tried to play with my damn near threw up in your bed. And
I wanted to thank you for getting me home. Have a second shot.
There you go, Steven.
And I'm glad you're home, and I'm glad everything's safe. But next time, just think a little.
Well, I mean, I don't even remember touching your first of all. And
No, I just don't see myself going on a date with that energy, for lack of better words.
With that energy. Mary, how do you like being referred to as that energy?
I'm not like that. I don't know what happened.
Mary.
Steven, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Mary, at least you left a lasting impression with Steven. He will never forget you.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
You know what's more annoying than being just blown off for a date?
What's that?
Somebody constantly scheduling with you and then changing it over and over and over and over
Like
again. Because
just
it's just like, why can't you just be honest and say, I don't want to go out with you, instead of constantly stringing me along, be like, I can't go out today, but how about like 2 weeks from now? And then you schedule 2 weeks from now. Oh my God, something else came up. That's the issue that Jill is having. Jill is on the phone today for a second date update. She emailed us about a guy named Sam that she met online. Jill, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
So that seems to be the issue, huh? Sam is just kind of stringing you along.
Yeah, he just keeps pushing things further and further away from me, and I just don't understand why.
Okay, well, how did you meet him, first of all?
We met online.
You did.
I thought he was super nice, and we had talked for a few weeks before we actually decided to meet, but we did have, like, good conversation throughout that time.
Was it a dinner and drinks type of situation?
Yeah, it was a dinner date.
Okay.
And he was just super nice and handsome, and I was just, like, really excited about it. But there was, like, a red flag.
What was that?
I really thought he was a good guy, so I was giving him every signal I could think of to try and get him to kiss me.
Yeah, you're like touching his arm. You're pushing your boobs together. You're trying to scoot over closer to him.
Yes. You know, the shuffling of the keys at my car door, like everything.
That's the worst. When you're standing there and just waiting.
Yes, and even more embarrassing is that there was a point where I was literally like inches away from him, like our toes were touching.
Okay, and he just was not getting it.
No. And all he could muster was like, yeah, let's hang out this weekend.
In his defense, maybe he's just a guy that gets nervous in that situation.
Or maybe he doesn't kiss on the first date. There are some guys like that.
That is very rare. Usually guys don't kiss on the first date because they're scared to go in for it. I've been in that situation too where I can tell a girl wants to kiss you really bad, but still in the back of your head you're like, no, I don't think she went out. I don't think she enjoyed herself enough to do it. I'm not going to do it. Then the date is over and you're like, damn it, I missed the opportunity. So
Really? I hope that's what happened.
Why didn't you just kiss him, Jill? What kept you from doing that?
I felt like I was trying to make all the moves to get him to know that I was interested. So him, like, not reciprocating in the same way,
Right.
I felt, like, nervous about it because I'm like, I'm not going to just, jump on him because I was giving him all these signals.
do you feel like he didn't want to kiss you?
I don't know. That's what I don't understand. Like, I thought it was a good sign that he said, all right, let's hang out this weekend. So I'm like, okay, so he doesn't not have an interest in me. He does because he wants to see me more.
And anytime you refer to future plans, it's always a good sign.
If we call this guy and get him on the phone and he says, dude, she just was like a close talker, especially at the end of the night, like she was jingling her keys in my face and her breath was just terrible. And I thought about kissing her and she just smells funny. Are you going to be upset?
Of course, but I would at least like to know.
Yeah.
Because he keeps making these future plans, but then they just keep getting pushed like every 3 days. Like the day comes and then he's like, sorry, I forgot about this with work or whatever. Let's hang out a couple days from now. And then that day comes and he's like, you're just going to kill me, but this and this came up.
How many times has he rescheduled?
5 times.
Do you think he's just flaky, or do you think that he's trying to not see you?
I don't know. I usually think that, like, you would just stop responding or send me a text and it just didn't work out or whatever.
Right.
But don't keep rescheduling. And I just really want help with it because I don't know what went wrong.
I'm a person who overbooks myself, and I always screw somebody in the situation, and it doesn't feel good. So maybe it's just that, he has a couple more priorities over you right now because you've only gone on one date.
Yeah, and I understand that. I just would want to know that that's the truth.
Yeah.
And not feel like he's just stringing me along. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So you're kind of in that weird limbo spot where you're like, okay, is he really that busy? Yeah. Or is he blowing me off?
Exactly.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, and hopefully we can find the answer for you, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, hang on. All right, Jill, you ready to go with your second date update?
Yeah.
Okay, I do have to tell you, unfortunately, I'm going to need to reschedule your second date update for 3 days from now, okay? That's all right.
Don't do that to me.
If you're just tuning in, Jill wants us to call this guy named Sam. They met online, had a nice date. At the end of the date, he kind of chickened out in kissing her, but they made plans to go out again, and he's been blowing her off constantly, just rescheduling the date. He hasn't actually said he doesn't want to see her again, so we're going to give him a call, see if we can get him on the phone, and ask if he's legitimately busy and has to switch the date every time, because he's switching now 5 times. Is that right, Joe?
Yeah, 5.
He switched your date 5 times. So we're going to see if he's actually busy or if he really is just blowing her off. And if he is legitimately busy, you want us to try to nail down a date so you guys can actually go out?
Actually, I just want to find out where he is right now, and then I'll just meet him right now.
That's even a better idea. Like, if we get him on the phone, he's like, no, I'm really busy. I'll just, dude, stay where you are. I'm going to get her car to come meet you right now.
I like your plan a lot.
Okay, I'm going to call him right now, see if we can get him on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Hey, is Sam there?
Yeah, this is he.
Sam, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay, hey.
Are you familiar with our show at all?
I mean, kind of.
Okay. Well, I'm calling you because I have something to ask you about. You recently went out with a girl named Jill who listens to our show.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, and
How'd you guys-
Jill emailed us and told us a little bit about meeting you, told us about your date, said that she liked you a lot. She says that you guys have tried to schedule meetings to go out again, and every single time the date comes up, you switch it for a couple days. Like you've blown her off 5 times now, and she's wondering if you actually really want to go out again or if you are not into her and you're just afraid to tell her that.
No, I'm not blowing her off. I've texted her.
Okay.
I'm just busy. I'm really busy.
That was her worry because she told us that you've texted her and you've like changed the date every single time that you guys are supposed to go out.
Yeah, I mean, I work. I'm busy. I mean, she's a nice girl. She's great. But I just have a lot to do right now.
But you can see how she'd think that you're blowing her off, right? Are you really that busy?
Yes, I'm busy, guys. I mean, why are you questioning like I'm lying? I'm not.
Well, I don't know. Just because, Sam, I don't mean, I've been in the situation before where, I've either done that to somebody or somebody has done that to me, and you feel like, man, they just don't want to see me again. So Jill emailed us to call you and ask if you didn't want to see her again. So you do want to see Jill again?
Yes, of course. I mean, she's great. She's pretty. She's awesome. I'm busy right now. We have to find the time.
What are you so busy with? I know you work, but 5 times is a lot.
Are you just kind of nervous around her? It's understandable if you are.
I mean, I'm kind of like uncomfortable about this, so I can tell you guys what's going on if you promise you just kind of like stop questioning me about it, writing me about it, because it's making me a little awkward.
For sure, man. Like, I just want to let Jill know that you actually like her so we can get you guys in the same place at the same time, like you've been trying to do.
Just, you can let her, maybe it'll help if you let her know that I do want to see her again. It's just there's a reason why I'm taking it slow. It's because I did get out of a relationship a couple months back, split from my ex, and she emailed me, and she told me the reason why she broke up with me is because she said I was a bad kisser.
Oh, all right. That sucks. So you got broken up with because you're a bad kisser, and that's why you are scared to kiss Jill.
Yes.
You know that can't be a real reason, and that your ex is just trying to hurt your feelings, right?
I mean, she seemed pretty specific in the email, so I don't,
Yeah, that would suck. Like, somebody can say they don't like your personality, but then to be like, oh, you're a terrible kisser so bad that I couldn't stay with you. That's got to, like, stick with you for a little while.
It does. And that's why I'm trying to get better at it. That's what I'm doing right now, is trying to get better at it.
You're trying to get better?
Kissing your hand a lot?
What do you mean you're trying to get better at it?
There's this school that helps you with that. It's a kissing school.
No.
Are you being real?
Yes, that's why I've been kind of pushing the dates back, because I've been busy going to school. They have, like, workshops.
You're kidding me.
Wait, you're paying?
Sam, you're going to a kissing school?
Yeah, and this is why, that's why I'm uncomfortable about it. It's like I tell people, if I tell somebody, they're not going to believe me, or they think it's a joke or something. It's like, no, it's real.
That's awesome. This really exists.
It's not like you're meeting somebody in the back alley, right?
No. This is a legit, real school. It cost me $375 to sign up.
Oh my God.
And, they offer you workshops, and there's one-on-one lessons and all that. And it takes a little bit of time. And once I'm done, that's when I'll call Jill and we'll go back out.
Man, hey, Sam, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know what? Thank you for sharing that with us. I appreciate it. I know, like you said, you feel embarrassed about that. But if you feel like you were a bad kisser and you didn't want to kiss her, I would think that a girl would be flattered by the fact that you just paid $375 to go get classes to learn how to kiss her right.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I'm hoping for. So, I mean, if you guys can tell her I want to see her again, I definitely told her. But if maybe you can kind of back me up, that would be great.
Sam, you know what? Why don't you just tell her, because she's actually on the phone listening.
Wait, what?
Jill just listened to our conversation.
Oh, I had no idea that was the reason.
What's going on here?
It's called a second date update. We do it on our show where we call somebody who went on a date with one of our listeners and they think they're being blown off, and we ask them what happened. We have that person listen on the other line to see if we can get an answer. And Jill just heard you say that you're going to a kissing school, so hopefully you can kiss her better if you guys ever go out again.
Please tell me this is like make-believe and joke.
Poor thing.
It's not make-believe.
Oh, you poor baby. I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
This is really embarrassing for me. I screwed up
somewhere in the past. Obviously, I'm just trying to fix it so I don't do it again with you. And yeah.
Sam, you make it sound like you're like a drug addict who like had a problem and then fell. You just were told by an ex that you don't kiss that well. It's not like a problem you had in your past. I think you're going to be okay, man.
Kissing rehab?
Yeah.
I mean, I actually think it's really cool that you're trying to look into it and make yourself feel more confident about it, and you don't even have to worry about it. I'm not going to pressure you or anything.
Oh my gosh.
This is awesome.
But I mean, that's the thing. I enjoyed our time. I really do like you, Jill. I enjoyed going out with you, and I don't want to ruin it by, being a bad kisser. Because it's like she thought I was bad, and if you think I'm bad, and you don't want to go out with me anymore, it's like,
No. I understand why there would be a fear there, but it can't be so bad that I would just not.
Sam, it would find it hard to believe that you're that bad of a kisser. That Jill's going to kiss you one time after she already likes you from your first date, and then she's just going to go running for the hills. Like, oh my God, it was terrible.
Yeah, maybe.
I doubt that you're that bad of a kisser.
I thought I wasn't that bad before, but clearly someone broke up with me.
Well, you got to be way better now.
It's sometimes like it's just that two people's chemistry doesn't work well together, and maybe it was just you and your ex. Kissing with a different person is different every time. I mean, and think of all the cool stuff you've learned.
Yeah, I mean, the classes have been good, and I really feel more comfortable doing it. I just want it to be, perfect. I mean, they say first kiss is always like that, the big thing.
Sam, I have an idea. Why don't you save the rest of your $375 and we just go out on dates and then we can practice?
All right. Oh, that's a good idea, Jill. Sam, would you like to go out with Jill again on a second date? We will pay for it.
Of course. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. But and before your classes are done at the kissing school, I want you guys to go out soon.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. I mean, I would rather practice with her than spend money.
Yeah, there you go. Extra credit, Sam. So you'll go out with Jill again.
Absolutely, I want to.
Jill, I'm assuming you want to be his kissing coach from this point on.
Oh, of course.
All right, well, congratulations then, you guys. Jill, you got your second date. We'll send you guys out again.
Woo! Yay.
All right. And if before you guys get more intimate and he suddenly disappears, he's like, I was going to a sex school trying to figure out how I would not recommend another date after that, okay? I would start off by saying today's second date update is going to be a little different, but we've actually done this a few times. One of them has worked out. The other one didn't work out very well. But James is on the phone with us right now, and he wants us to call a girl that doesn't live in the state.
Oh.
Hey, James, a 50-50 chance is better than any other chance we've ever given on second date update. So you're already doing good.
Good, I'll take it.
James wants us to call a girl that lives in San Diego, apparently. James, how did you meet her, first of all? What's her name?
Her name is Cammie.
Cammie, okay. How did you meet Cammie?
I met her at a club, actually.
At a club, all right. So it was one of those situations like you're on one side of the dance floor, she's on the other side of the dance floor, you locked eyes and then met in the middle and danced it out.
It was kind of like that. It was.
All right.
Maybe that sounds corny, but that's sort of what happened. I saw her across the room. She was with this bachelorette party, and
oh, okay. So they were already drawing a lot of attention to themselves. Right?
Yeah, I guess so.
And usually if a girl, like her friend is getting married, she's in that sort of like vulnerable state, like, I want to meet somebody.
Yeah.
That's what you were thinking? You're like, all right.
Yeah.
Perfect time
Sounds
to
great.
pounce.
Were you guys pretty drunk when you met, or did you feel like she'll remember you if we do, in fact, get a hold of her?
Yeah, she'll remember me. I mean, we've been talking a little bit. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is kind of different because you're not technically being blown off by Cammie. It's more of that you live here and she lives in San Diego.
Yeah, that's definitely, a big part of it.
Have you talked to her about any of that at all and let her know that you want to date her regardless of where she lives?
We did kind of get into that at the end of the night. I was just like, listen, this is a real connection. I feel something here. I hope you feel something here.
Did you guys, make out at the dance club, too?
I did, after a while, kind of go in for it, and she sort of stopped me, and she said, hey, this is fun, but I'm not from here. I'm only in town for this bachelorette party. I don't know if this is a good idea, but I was persistent and persuasive, I think, and And we did end up kissing, we did end up making out a little bit.
Never give up.
Never give
Just shows you, kids, you can do anything you dream.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you guys did kiss a little bit, so at least she's interested in you physically.
And what has she said about long distance relationships, or have you just not broached that topic at all?
We haven't talked about it too explicitly. I don't want to scare her off. I just want to show her that this is something I'm ready for and something I'm open to.
So having us bring it up is not going to scare her off.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, if you guys have talked a little bit, have you straight up said, I want to come see you in San Diego?
I did. That's kind of the last thing we talked about. I said, hey, I want to come out. I want to see you.
That is really intense. Is that something you said at the club, or did you go back to your place?
That was at the club, but it was after we had been talking for a while and, really hitting it off. And it didn't feel crazy to say, it felt like a real honest thing in the moment, if that makes sense.
So what did she say to you when you were like, hey, I'll go to San Diego right now?
She said, I don't think that would be a great idea.
Oh.
Okay, so she's actually said that, but you still want to call her and try to come see her.
Well, she was out at this bachelorette party. She had a lot of stuff going on. It was kind of sudden, but
so this was that night when you met her.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking you guys were texting about it. All right, so that night she said, no, you can't come see me. You were already asking to come down and see her that night. Maybe that was a little too much for her.
Or she's not single. That's the first thing that comes to mind when he says that.
No, I don't think that's true.
She made out with you.
Yeah.
If a girl makes out with you, it still doesn't necessarily mean she's not single.
I know that. I know. I'm just trying to look for some sort of silver lining here.
Sometimes
for
people
James.
cheat just
Yeah,
to
maybe
let you
a
know.
little bit. It does happen, I guess. So what are you hoping to get out of this? You already know that she lives in San Diego. Do you want to be like, hey, can we date long distance? Do you want to say, hey, I want to fly down there and go out with you? What are you hoping to accomplish?
I see this girl as a real potential long-term partner. I feel like there's a real future there, and I'll do what I need to do to make distance work. I feel like there are options. It's 2014, there's Skype.
That was quite a night at the club.
Well, I don't meet a girl like that every day, and it was special, and I don't want to let it go,
Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, man, hold on. All right, James is on the phone. He wants us to call a girl named Cammie. She's actually from San Diego, was in town for a bachelorette party. He can't really tell if she's into him or not, but he's willing to do whatever it takes to get another date with Cammie. James, let me ask you this before we make this phone call. You met Cammie in the club one night.
Yes.
Why is this so important to call her and try to go on a second date with her? I mean, this happens all the time. You meet someone in a club, you hang out for a little bit, maybe even kiss at the end of the night like you did, and then you just chalk it up to, hey, that was a fun night. Like, what is it about Cammie that is so special that you want to call her and either fly down there or get her to fly up here? I don't know, however we're going to do it to get you a second date.
Well, she's not just another girl in the club. She had this quality about her that was just so attractive to me, and she's the kind of person that I feel like I could really see myself with.
Are you hoping that this is like some big romantic gesture and she's just going to fall head over heels that you called the radio station to do this?
I mean, maybe, I want it to work out. I want to do whatever I can,
You've been texting not a 206 number this entire time, right? Like, she for sure lives in San Diego.
Yeah, it's an 858 number.
Okay. So sometimes girls tell lies to people they meet at the club.
Yeah, I know. I just can't get this girl out of my head, and I really appreciate you guys making this call for me.
All right. And just to make sure, she was at a bachelorette party when you met her. She wasn't the bride, right? She was one of the other girls?
No.
Okay, we never asked that, because if she was getting married, that could be a problem for you. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
though.
maybe.
All right, well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, and then ask her for a second date or
A date.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Cammie, please?
this is Cammie.
Hey, Cammie, how are you?
Fine, how are you? Who is this?
My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a morning radio show.
Okay.
We broadcast out of Seattle.
Okay.
We're calling you because you recently met one of our listeners when you were in town at your friend's bachelorette party.
Okay.
I'm sure you probably know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
James talked to us about the night that he met you. Nothing but great things to say.
That's nice.
And
Okay.
he said that you guys have been texting a little bit, and he already told you that he wants to come to San Diego and go out with you. But you're kind of cold to that idea. You don't like that a whole lot.
Yeah. No.
Okay, is it something that has to do with James? Did James do something wrong?
No, it's just far away, and I don't. It just doesn't feel like a really great idea to me. And I told him that already. And
If you were in Seattle with James, would you go out with him then?
That's a no. That's a no, Cammy.
Cammy, was it just too weird? Like, did he want too much out of a one night, met at a club type of situation?
there's nothing wrong with him. He's really lovely, and I'm flattered, I guess.
Well, Cammy, that hesitation after I said, would you go out with him if you're in Seattle? That's kind of saying no. So, no, you don't want to go out another date with James?
I do. Okay, well, I'm in Seattle right now.
What?
You're in Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't live in San Diego. I live in Seattle. I just said that because I sort of panicked and I didn't know what to do, and I felt like it's complicated, and
What do you mean by complicated, though?
Why did you tell him that?
I was living in San Diego, and I moved up here not that long ago from San Diego. So it's not a complete lie. It's just not a current truth.
Total lie. Okay, so why lie to him, though, instead of just saying, no, I don't want you to go out with you. I don't want you to have my phone number.
Or I'm just not interested. Like, it's not that hard to say
Because
that.
it's not just that I'm not interested. I am interested. I think he's really lovely. If we had met even, 2 months ago, I would have said yes.
Do you have a boyfriend?
So I have a daughter, and she's 2.
Okay.
And I just recently, the reason I moved back to Seattle is I moved back in with her father.
Oh my God!
All right. Are you guys?
You're in a relationship and you're in Seattle.
Is that pretty much a recap of it?
You're a whole different person.
You're getting back with the father of your child?
Yeah, but it's something that I'm doing because I think that it's the best thing for my daughter, and I'm not sure yet if it's actually the best thing for me, and I think that's why that happened in the club that night. I think that
So you're not officially back with your baby's daddy?
We're trying it out, and we feel like it's nice for our daughter to not have to be shuffled back and forth between 2 houses, between 2 cities, so we're trying it.
But you're obviously not completely sold on the idea if you are this hesitant about even admitting that you're back with him.
No, I guess I'm...
Okay. Well, then maybe we can get James to convince you to go out on a date.
This is the most
Because, Cammy, James is actually on the other line right now listening.
Oh, my God.
And heard what you just said.
Hi, Cammy.
Hi.
I'm shocked that you live here.
I know. I just couldn't really deal with the situation very well, and it felt easier to just not be here, to say I was in San Diego.
I'm also pretty surprised to find out that you are in a relationship and have a child.
Yeah, lots of things that you learned today, James.
Obviously, I'm a little thrown for a loop and a little, taken aback, but that doesn't mean that I'm not still totally attracted to Tammy. It doesn't mean I'm not still interested in you.
That's impressive.
I understand. What?
That's impressive, James.
He said attracted, so maybe Cammy is just really
Maybe
hot.
she is from San Diego.
Cammy, would the father of your baby think that you're cheating on him if he heard any of this?
It would not really be helpful in the time that we're here trying to give this a go. So, no, this would not be good.
I'm just impressed that James still wants, Cammy, no offense. I don't know you at all. From what James tells us, you're a great person. You sound nice to me. But if I had found out all this stuff about you, I'd been off the phone already, like a long time ago. But James, you still want to go out with Cammie?
You know what? Yeah, I do.
But
I do.
wow, that's a lot to
Chemistry.
be dishonest about up front.
Why? Everything she told you wasn't true about who she is.
Look, obviously she has a lot of stuff going on in her personal life, and that's not something she's going to tell me right away. She can't tell me all of that stuff right away.
Yeah, like, don't come over to my house because my baby father kind of boyfriend is there.
And baby.
Yeah.
Sure, but I know that she was dishonest with me, but frankly, I'm willing to give her a pass if she'll be honest with me from now on.
Well, I think then I have to honestly tell you I'm not available. I can't right now.
Cammie, what if I
Thank you,
pay for
Cammie.
it? What if I pay for it?
No, Cammie, you're doing the right
hey,
thing, Cammie.
give me a second, please. Let Cammie answer.
Oh,
Cammie, I would love to pay for you to go out on a second date with James or a first date.
Yeah, we didn't really go on a first date.
Yeah, first
Yeah.
date. You can tell him all about yourself, who you really are.
the relationship you're in.
Yeah, you can talk about everything. We'll pay for it. Will you go out with James one more time?
No, I can't. It's already gone way beyond what I ever intended for it to be.
All right.
If I was in a different season or time in my life, I would absolutely go on a coffee date or a
So, in the off chance that your current situation doesn't work out and you break up with the father of your kid, you'll go out with James again? You'll keep his number and maybe get a hold of him?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll call you guys and then.
Cammie, before you go, I just want to say that I think you're an incredible person, and I will wait for you.
You'll
What?
You're gonna wait and see what happens.
I'm gonna wait.
In
I'm
hopes.
gonna wait.
How
Wow,
long?
Cammie, how do you feel about that? He said that he's gonna wait and see what happens in your current relationship so that he can possibly go out with you.
I do not think that's a good idea.
No. Come on.
Well, it's what I'm going to do.
James,
man.
We'll see how it works.
Good luck,
But
James.
I believe in it.
Cammie, since you won't go out with James again because you're currently living and trying to get back together with your baby's daddy, can James at least babysit from time to time so he can see you when you guys have a date night or something? It's never a good thing when you pursue somebody, get their phone number, they finally agree to go out on a date with you, then you go out and they blow you off. But it's even worse when somebody pursues you, asks you out on a date, then you go out with them, and then they blow you off.
Oh, that's
Because you know that it's more than just your looks or whatever. They didn't like something about you personally. Because they wanted to go out with you bad enough where they pursued you and asked you out, and then they were like, oh, yeah.
Never mind.
My mistake. That's what happened to Alicia. Alicia, how are you?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Good.
we set that
Start
up so
that-
nicely.
Started off on a positive note for you.
Wow.
Thanks, guys.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. So you met the guy that you want to call today at your yoga class?
I've been going to this yoga studio for like 2 years, and I've noticed him maybe like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously I noticed him. It's yoga, so you don't really want to,
Do you get hit on a lot at yoga class?
no.
Okay.
There's usually not more than like one
Yeah.
or two dudes
Like,
in my yoga class.
I'll go to yoga occasionally, and if I've ever been and like even thought about hitting on a girl at yoga, you just feel like a creep. So
Exactly.
How did he come on to you?
Well, I noticed him a couple times, and then after like a month, we were in the kind of like the lobby area, putting our sneakers on, and he just started a conversation with me saying, how long have you been coming to this yoga studio? Like, you're really flexible.
He did,
Did he
not
say
say
that?
that.
No.
Stop it.
wow, you're bendy.
He used that line?
Okay, we were talking about the poses first, and then he said, you're really flexible.
Okay, so he didn't just come up to you and say, "Hey, I noticed you from across the room, and wow."
You look like you could put your legs behind your head.
So it was more innocent than you made it sound at first.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about your date then.
He picked me up. I mean, he opened the door for me. Like, how many guys open the cars and the restaurant door and make sure you go in first? And we had a really nice dinner. We had good conversation. He offered to share his food with me, which I thought was really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
And then at the end of the night, he walked me back to my place, and
I mean, I was putting all the signs out there, and he was kind of standing where there was enough distance that I knew that he wasn't going in for a kiss, and nothing happened.
And you were making it pretty obvious that you would be okay with a kiss.
Yes, I was putting on all the flirty smiling, rubbing his arm, touching everything.
Did it look like he was thinking about making a move to kiss you?
He was thinking about something. I don't know what he was thinking about.
Okay.
Maybe he was just nervous, or maybe he just doesn't kiss on the first date. There's guys and girls that do that.
Okay, but...
She's like, I've never met one.
And then we kind of gave each other a hug and was like, I'd love to see you again. And I was like, of course, So that's how it ended.
All right. And how many times have you tried to get a hold of him since that night?
I mean, once. I sent him like a thank you, like, hey, I had such a great night. I would love to hang out again. And he's like, yes. He even replied back saying, yes, sometime next week. And then nothing.
Okay.
How long ago was that?
Probably about 2 weeks ago.
That is weird. Maybe he lost his phone. I mean, this sounds like there could be, for once, a reasonable explanation.
Was there anything noteworthy about the date that you're not telling us? Because a lot of times people will forget important details.
I mean, I don't know. I thought I was being flirty. I touched his hand a couple times.
Okay, but I mean more along the lines of, did you ask him to borrow money? Did you tell him?
No.
Okay, and you don't have a sordid criminal history or anything else?
No.
All right. It sounds like a crazy question, but it comes up often where we call the person and they're like, oh, yeah, they said that they murdered like 6 people and I couldn't see them again. So there's nothing glaring like that you can think about. The date was perfectly normal.
Yeah, it was a great first date all the way up until the end when we didn't have a kiss.
Why didn't you make the first move then?
Guys, I'm a girl. I'm not going to make the first move.
Oh, come on.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, just hang on. Alicia, I want to promise you this, okay? Out of all the second date updates we've ever done, I've never made this promise. But I promise you that I have your back no matter what happens.
I don't believe it.
Okay.
Yep. I want to get you a second date. I don't care what happens.
Why?
Wow, dude.
Why?
I have your back.
There's an ulterior motive here.
No, not at
That's what I
all.
want to hear.
Whatever we find out about you, like if it's something you did that's weird or whatever, my goal, my mission here is to get you a second date. Okay, Alicia?
Woohoo!
What if it?
All right.
What if it turns out like the guy's married?
And get rid of his wife. Alicia's way better.
She's like, kidnap some people.
Drop the zero, get with a hero. That's my girl, Alicia. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, we're about to call Jason. Alicia went out on a date with him after meeting him at yoga. Nothing really crazy happened on the date, other than an awkward moment at the end where she thought he might want to go in for a kiss and then realized that he, in fact, didn't want to kiss her. That's the only thing that she could think of that was awkward on the date. So we're going to call him, get him on the line, and see if, in fact, there was something that went wrong on your date. Okay? You ready?
Okay.
All right. Any closing thoughts before we make the phone call?
Let's get me a second date.
Yeah. All right.
That's positive.
Hello,
Hi, is Jason in?
this is he.
Jason, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi. What's going on?
Not much. How about you?
Not too much. I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with a listener of ours.
Okay.
Her name is Alicia. You met her at yoga class.
Oh my God. Yeah, Alicia.
Yeah. Well, Alicia told us a little bit about your date, said that she really liked you and would love to see you again, but you haven't been returning her phone calls. So Alicia is wondering if there's a reason that you don't want to go out with her.
Yeah, oh, this is weird. I've just been debating about whether to call her or not.
Why are you debating? What's the problem?
Well,
Is that you're not sure if you want to go out with her again?
yeah. I mean, I like her. We had a great time. It's not that we didn't have a great time. I mean, just when I saw her at yoga class, she was great. She was fantastic. And then we got out on this date. It was, I don't know, it was like she was a different person.
She was acting differently?
No. I mean, she just looked like a totally different person.
How? So you were catfished on a person that you actually met at a yoga class in person. How does that work?
He had his yoga goggles on, Jubal.
Yeah, I guess.
Obviously makes people hotter.
I mean, it's just in class she looks so amazing, so amazing. Like, and it wasn't just because of the yoga clothes or whatever. She's a really pretty girl, but she showed up for this date and she just did not look the same.
How can you look less attractive outside of yoga class? I mean, like, you're sweaty, you don't have makeup on.
Yoga pants are magical, bro.
It is the pants.
What was wrong with her when you saw her?
She had so much makeup on. She just looked completely different.
Okay. So you actually like the natural her and not the all done up Alicia.
Yeah. I mean, I say so much makeup. I'm not talking like a lot of makeup. I'm talking like drag queen.
Really? So she showed up and you're like, is your real name Jack?
Yeah.
Like, who are you? Was it that bad, really?
I mean, I'm not trying to be critical. It's just like I literally sat there thinking, oh my God, this is a man. Like, I know better. I know she's not.
You know what?
I
You,
yoga
because
class.
I'm not
Like,
drag. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
What? Hello?
Hey, Jason, that's actually Alicia. She's on the phone.
I'm sorry that I don't
my
look,
God.
beautiful to your standards when I'm dolling myself up for you for a date. Are you serious? I look like a drag queen?
I didn't know you were there. Jeez.
Sorry about that, Jason. I guess we should have maybe told you that beforehand. But yeah, she's.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think I look like a drag queen. I think that I looked really beautiful that night, and you don't know what real beauty is.
I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying, maybe you don't need 15 pounds of makeup to go out on a date. I think you're beautiful without all that stuff. I mean, I had such a great time. It was so much fun.
Yeah, but then you're calling me a drag queen when I'm outside of yoga class. What is that? It's insulting. He expects like a supermodel to just like walk out naturally like Giselle Bundchen with no makeup on. Are you crazy?
Yeah, but I think Jason's saying.
We don't all look like that.
But Jason's saying that he liked you without makeup, so I don't even think he's saying that. Jason, are you just like?
Okay, I'm going on a date. You guys want me to wear yoga pants and like have sweaty hair and like you guys? Okay,
I'm not saying that at all, Alicia. Remember, I have your back, Jason.
Oh yeah, no matter what. No matter what.
Jason, are you one of those guys that's just against makeup?
I'm not against makeup. It's a little scary going out with somebody who looks totally different. I didn't expect that. That's all.
But is it something? I mean, you liked her, obviously. Like, why would that stop you from a second date? I've gone on second dates with guys who wear, stupid shirts. Like, you can tell her at some point, like, I think you're beautiful without the makeup.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to say is I think she's gorgeous without the makeup. I don't think she needs all that. I mean, I don't know who I'm going to end up going out on a date with to go on a second date.
So it was so
you know
bad.
What? You can go take your second date and shove it because I put so much effort into looking good for you that night, and then you could go and insult me and call me a drag queen. You.
Alicia, you are fiery. My gosh. I mean,
so it doesn't sound like.
I can't believe you would call me a drag queen and then be like, oh, you're so beautiful in yoga class. I'm the same person, idiot.
I know some hot drag queens. I'm just
Alicia,
saying.
it doesn't sound like you want to go out with Jason again.
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like, maybe we'll try it again and let's try a little less this time.
Let's try nothing this time. You can go take it and shove it.
We originally started this with Alicia wanting a second date, and now you're not interested in Jason. You're willing to give it another shot?
Yeah, I mean...
This is so weird because I thought I was going to have to convince Jason. But Alicia, is there any way I can convince you to go out with Jason again?
No, and I don't even want to see him at yoga class anymore.
My gosh, you're a dramatic woman.
I've never heard a girl be so insistent that you should appreciate her for her outer beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should embrace her for everything she is.
I don't understand what you're getting all fired up about. I'm sitting here trying to tell you that you look good without all that makeup on. I mean, most people think that's nice.
His makeup on too. Okay, you just don't know how to appreciate beauty or art or makeup skills. Okay, you obviously go for the hippie, like let me grow my armpit hair out. I like that. Okay, I look good in yoga and I look good outside, and you should appreciate both of that.
Alicia, like I told you before, Alicia, I've got your back in this whole thing. Jason, how dare you appreciate a woman for just her regular beauty and not wearing makeup? You are such a dog, and you give all of us men a bad name. Get off my phone line right now, you piece of
Wow.
How dare you?
You weren't lying.
She spent a lot of money on that makeup, and all you can do is judge her and want her to be naturally beautiful. You are an ass, my friend. I feel like more people just have random hookups at Halloween parties than any other type of party.
Yeah.
You know, because you think about it, like you're out there,
girls are kind of dressed sexy. Guys are dressed in their macho, superhero costumes, or like a barbarian and their shirts off. And everybody's already kind of letting it all hang loose. So you're a little bit more relaxed, ready to hook up. And plus, if you're, playing a different character, it's not even you that's doing it. It's like, hey, I'm Yoda, and Yoda gets to have sex with whoever he wants to tonight.
I've been a man for the last 3 Halloweens, and that attracts an entirely different type of audience.
Exactly. Mandy, who is on the phone with us to do a second date update right now, was at a Halloween party, and she had a little fun herself. Right, Mandy?
I did. I had a lot of fun, actually.
How much fun did you have, Mandy?
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear. So tell us a little bit about the party before we get into the person who you want us to call today.
Yeah, it was this giant Halloween house party.
Those are always fun. What'd you go dressed as?
A sexy kitty.
Oh, very creative.
All right, so you were in your sexy kitty gear, and
I had my ears and my cute tail and, my cute little outfit.
So it was a huge party?
It was a huge party,
All right.
Massive. Like, I'm surprised we didn't get shut down. And so, I meet this guy, and he's dressed as a pirate, like a hot pirate.
Was this the beginning of the night, or were you like quite a few drinks in by the time you met Pirate Man?
I was probably maybe like 2 drinks in, but I don't usually get sloppy and stuff like that. Like, I'm pretty with it.
The thing about costume parties that I've noticed, Mandy, pirates get chicks.
Oh, yeah,
they do. Pirates always get girls. Every time I'm at a costume party, the pirate always has a girl with him. Zombies, not so much, but pirates get chicks.
Pirates can even wear that costume not on Halloween and get chicks.
Yeah.
I think Johnny Depp had something to do with it.
Yeah, that's it. You see a pirate, you automatically think Johnny Depp.
Yeah, and I mean, he was looking really good. And so we start chatting, and then we're having a drink together, and we start dancing and grinding on the dance floor.
Yeah!
Get it, Pirate Man.
Word.
Sexy kitty, like, I had to be careful of his sword. Like, his,
What do you mean by that?
Which one?
Yeah, and not the one on his waist, I mean, like, whoa. So...
Oh my gosh.
So he was grinding his sword into your hip, and that's when you knew that he was also interested in you.
Yeah, and then we start making out right on the dance floor, and he's whispering things into my ear, and he's making me laugh. So we find a room. We went upstairs, and we were messing around. He ripped off my tail. I was like, oh my God, and it's so not me. I usually don't do that. I mean, we didn't go all the way, but we almost,
So you did stuff.
Certain bases.
A lot. Yeah, we went around the ballpark.
Okay, so you did a lot. So what happened after your little rendezvous?
Yeah.
Well, we went back, and we were kind of dancing again, and I'm blushing or whatever, and he says he'll be right back. He's going to go get a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And 15 minutes go by, and he never came back.
What?
Did he leave the party, or did you run into him again later?
I mean, I looked for him, and so I went up to the guy who was hosting the party, and I mean, this is super embarrassing, but I couldn't remember the guy's name, or maybe I just didn't get his name. I mean, it was really awful, so I had to go and ask the host what his name was. Who was the pirate? What's the guy's name? I mean, it was really, yeah.
Yeah.
So he told me the pirate's name was Jonathan, and then I asked the host for Jonathan's number, and he gave it to me.
Okay.
And I sent him a text, hey, it's Mandy, sexy kitty kind of thing. And I waited a couple days, and then I wrote him again, hey, are you okay? What's going on? And then I made an making a reference.
Making a joke about his pirate costume. And he hasn't responded to you at all?
No, it's weird. I've texted him twice, and he hasn't responded at all.
But Mandy, do you really think it's that weird? I mean, you didn't even know the guy's name.
Yeah, but okay, Brooke, we had serious chemistry, and I think when you have chemistry with a guy, it's not just a random hookup. There was something definitely there.
So you don't think it was just a one-night thing, or he messed around with you and then was like, oh God.
No, I keep playing, it in my head, what went wrong? Am I too easy? Even though I wasn't maybe I was that night, but what happened?
For him to take off like that I feel like maybe he might have a girlfriend or something, and then you guys messed around, and he was like, I have got to leave. I'm at my friend's house, and now I just messed around with this sexy kitty. No matter how sexy the kitty is, you shouldn't be messing around on your girlfriend. So he probably decided to run out. I mean, that would be my guess.
Unless he's a real pirate and he had to charter a boat somewhere.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it wasn't even a Halloween costume.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he doesn't have a girlfriend because, I mean, I'd really like to see him again.
All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, get him on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on. It just dawned on me that I think I know what Mandy's problem might be. Mandy, who was on the phone for a second date update, isn't getting a call back from this guy named Jonathan. She met him at a Halloween party. He was dressed up as a pirate. They messed around, did a lot of, quote, stuff together. And he took off and split from the party, or she couldn't find him, didn't even really know his name, went up to the host of the party and had to find out, like, who's the guy in the pirate costume? I liked him a lot, and I want his phone number. So that's how she got his information. Mandy, do you think that maybe the host of the party gave you the wrong phone number and you've been trying to call a different pirate and he has no idea who you are and that's why you're not getting a call back?
I don't think so. No.
Were there a lot of other pirates there?
I mean, I think I saw one other pirate, but I mean, I specified the hot pirate.
All right. Well, in that case, if you specified the hot pirate, do you think that maybe the host of the party, your friend, thought that he was hot and didn't want to give you the right number and the right contact info because he wants to get a piece of that pirate? Do you think that's a possibility?
No, I don't think that's
All
a
right.
possibility.
Okay, so our original thought then is that maybe he has a girlfriend or maybe he just thought you were like a one-night thing and then wanted to get out of there and felt awkward after you guys messed around.
I hope not. I mean, I just actually like to go on a date with him.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now, get him on the phone, and see if we can find out why he basically ditched you.
Okay.
Sorry to put it that way, but that's what he did. All right. I'm gonna dial the phone number right now, okay?
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, can I speak to Jonathan, please?
This is he.
How are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
How you doing?
All right.
Is this Jonathan that was dressed up as a pirate just a few days ago at a Halloween party?
Yeah.
Perfect. This is the Jonathan that I want to talk to.
What are you guys calling me for?
I'm calling you because at that party, you had an encounter with a listener of ours.
Okay.
She was dressed as a sexy kitten, and she's been trying to get a hold of you ever since that party. And she emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and ask you why.
Are you freaking serious?
Yeah. She told us that you guys met at a huge Halloween party. You were dressed as a pirate. She was dressed as a sexy kitty. You guys did stuff in a room in that house party, and she found your phone. Okay. And I'll tell you how. Okay, and I'll tell you how she got your phone number. She said that she didn't remember your name or anything else after that, and she talked to the host of the party. He gave her your info, and that's why she's been texting you, trying to get a hold of you, because she liked you a lot more than just a one-night thing and would like to see you again.
I definitely do not want to see her again.
You didn't see it as, you guys had chemistry and things were
She
clicking.
didn't tell you guys what she does for a living?
No, she didn't tell us what she does for a living.
Oh, God.
What
does she do for a living that's so bad that you don't want to call her back? Like, I mean, did you like her other than her job? Did you like her?
Yeah, but it's a really bad job.
So wait,
What is it?
You were ready to call her back until you found out what it was, even.
Yes. She's a prostitute.
What?
How do you know that?
Yeah, she's a prostitute.
What do you?
She's a You think that her job is a prostitute?
No.
I know that her job is a prostitute.
How did she ask for money after you guys hooked up in that room?
No, I left before she could.
What?
You were trying. Is it like a dine and dash?
Are you just assuming that she's a prostitute?
I didn't know she was a prostitute when I hooked up with her.
Explain to me why you think she's a prostitute.
So after we went upstairs and hooked up, we were heading back downstairs, and I went over to my buddies to be like, yo, I just hooked up with this girl. And then when I pointed out that it was Sexy Kitten, they all started cracking up. And they were like, dude, she's a hooker. It's like, no freaking way. She's not a hooker. They're like, no, seriously, there are like 10 of them here. And apparently, I don't know if she told you, like, this party was like epic. It was like the biggest Halloween party I've ever been to.
Okay.
And apparently the dude that was throwing the party had hired all these prostitutes to show up. And she happened to be one of them. And I mean, my idea of like a prostitute, I would not think a prostitute would be attractive. You know?
Yeah, but don't you think if she was a prostitute, she would have tried to charge you? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what they do.
Well, she's been trying to like text me, and that's what I figured is going on. Like with her, that's why she's. Probably
You're scared that she's trying to track you down to get money out of you because.
Yes.
Yeah, but all right, hey, Jonathan. Usually they will like get money beforehand.
How do you?
I have trouble thinking that she is a prostitute. You're certain of this?
It was like trick prostitute. It was like you didn't let me know. It was like prostitute entrapment.
So you think she did like a bait and switch, like she messed around with you, and then she was going to be like, "Oh, by the way, you owe me $600 for that little thing."
Absolutely, that's why I ducked out. My friends were like, "Hey, Sexy Kitten's looking for you," so I just got the out of there.
That's why you left.
That is insane.
Yes.
Well, why don't we ask her if she's a prostitute, Jonathan?
You think I'm a prostitute?
You freaking give me holy she's on the phone?
Yes, she is.
Dude, you guys are in on this now, too?
No, I'm not. We're not trying to get payment. We're trying to get you to talk to Mandy because she wants to go out with you again.
No, I don't want to go out with her again. Did you guys hear what I just said? She's a prostitute.
I'm not a prostitute.
Yes, you are.
Oh, my God. I can't believe you freaking think I'm a ass prostitute. Oh, my God.
No, Mandy, he didn't say he said he thought you did a good job.
I never said I just said prostitute.
Oh, my God, I'm humiliated. I'm not a prostitute.
Then why were you looking for me?
What? Because I liked you. Because I wanted to keep dancing and kissing you. But not because I was trying to track you down for $600.
Why would other people accuse you of that if you weren't a prostitute? That makes no sense.
Maybe because your guy friends in your life are idiots and fools, and they were just trying to, like, take the piss out of you. I don't know, because they're idiots. That's why.
Dude, there's no way that they would lie to me about that.
Jonathan, I don't know what I can... Like, I'm not a prostitute. I live at home with my mom and my dad. I'm going to school for public health. Like... I don't know. Do you want to come look at my chemistry books? Do you want to look at my phone? I mean, this is ridiculous.
I don't know, but what I know is there were prostitutes at that party, and people pointed out you and said that you were one, and I trust my friends. I don't know you. I know them, and I don't think that they would lie to me.
Were you paid to be at the party, Mandy? Like as maybe like a shot girl or something?
No. And listen, this is so ridiculous. Jonathan, if I were a prostitute, why would I be calling you via a radio show?
Yeah,
good point. Good point. Yeah.
That is a good point, Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan.
If Mandy is a prostitute like you think, I doubt that she would email us to try to collect payment from you.
That's her name.
In a radio segment.
Maybe she's not a very smart prostitute.
Jonathan, I will have you know that there are many smart prostitutes out there, and I won't let you speak ill of them.
Ivy League educated,
Yeah.
okay?
I believe Mandy.
I don't think Mandy's a prostitute.
Yeah.
I really don't, Jonathan.
Yeah, I mean, this sucks that you think that I'm a prostitute. I mean, I don't know what to say. I think maybe why don't you try going out with me, and I think you can judge for yourself.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the story of your guys' first date? I thought she was a hooker.
I don't know. I mean, like, you don't sound like a prostitute.
You know what? Yeah, I agree. Because, prostitutes, they have that tone to their voice, that prostitutone
Inflection.
in their voice. And you can tell just by listening
It's
to
raspy.
them. Yeah, it's a raspy thing that they have, and Mandy doesn't have that. Jonathan, would you go out on a second date with Mandy? We will pay for it. The only person that will be spending any money on this will be me.
Come on, man.
And I won't give you a bill for whatever, $600. I don't know. I don't even know what the rate is.
It's anywhere from 60 to then it can just go up from there. Okay, anyway, Mandy.
We don't need to be schooled in the cost of prostitution.
Jonathan, will you go out with Mandy again? We will pay for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
You'll do it?
That's good.
All right, Mandy,
I'll do it.
you still want to go out with Jonathan even though he called you a prostitute?
I know. I'm kind of like, now thinking about this, I know I probably shouldn't after all the things that he's just said and accused me of, but yeah, no, I want to. I really like this guy. Why? I mean, yeah.
All right, well, there you go. Successful second date. Congratulations, Mandy.
Thanks.
Thank you. And I think that probably is just a very genius way of collecting payment. Good job. I'm going to start today's second date update by saying this is possibly the worst mistake we have ever heard of happening in a second date update.
Really?
And it didn't even happen on the date. But something terrible happened. Before I tell you what it is, first I want to introduce you to Anthony, who is on the phone with us right now. He wants us to call a girl named Shannon. Anthony, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm okay. Hey, guys.
I'm
Good.
already nervous to talk to you.
I'm going to let you tell everybody what happened and the reason that you think you're not getting a call back in just a second. But first, why don't we talk a little bit about the girl that you want us to call? How did you meet Shannon?
Well, I met her at a house party. It's like she came with a group of friends that were friends with our friend.
Okay.
And, like, as soon as we got introduced, we just started talking, and, like, we're just basically paired up from the get-go.
So when did you guys go out? Or is that the night that you met and then you haven't talked to her since that night?
No. So we went. Well, she had to leave early from the party because she's taking classes at community college. So she's like, I have to go study for this class tomorrow. But I was like, okay, well, can we hang out again? And she was like, yeah, if you want to just meet me before my class. So it was like already like, let's hang out the next day.
Wait, that doesn't even sound like a date, though.
No, it was definitely a date. I mean, it wasn't like a long date. We just met for coffee for like half an hour, but.
Okay.
I mean, that's what was so awesome about her is it was like there was like no play games type things. It was just like we immediately like each other, like we want to hang out. We like a lot of the same things. She was just like so cool.
So you guys even discuss your feelings for each other already?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I really like her. I think I maybe said that, but I mean, she was saying it too. It wasn't like it would. I mean, we were hitting it off.
It's a really efficient 30-minute date.
Yeah. You sound nervous, Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, I really like her. I just haven't like felt like that about a girl in a long time. She's just like very cool, very chill. Like, I mean, like it just seemed like it was going to be something serious.
I want to hear you tell everybody what happened and why you think you're not getting a call back.
Jubal says this with a smile on his face, which makes me so nervous.
It's understandable why you are a little anxious to do a second date update on this issue, because if I were in your shoes, I wouldn't even be trying to get a hold of her. I'm going to tell you that right
bad?
Yeah, I think it's that bad.
Oh, sad.
All right, tell everybody what happened, man.
Okay, so the next day, I texted her, hey, do you want to hang out later on? And she says, I can't. I'm in school all day. How about tomorrow?
Okay.
So then I texted her back, oh, that's too bad. I was hoping to come to your class.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't hear back from her. So later that night, I look at my phone to be like, why isn't she text me back? And I realize my phone auto-corrected. I was hoping to come to your class. To, I was hoping to on your.
Oh my God!
No, it
Yeah.
didn't.
Are we allowed to say
Worst
that?
autocorrect ever.
Did you immediately apologize? What'd you do?
Yeah. When I realized what I had done, I was horrified.
Yeah, you think?
Of course.
I mean, this was like several hours later. It was like at night, and I was like, why isn't she responding? So,
Yeah. Apparently she wasn't hoping the same thing you were hoping that night.
Oh my God.
So after you realized it, how many times have you tried to let her know that it was an autocorrect thing?
Like 4. I mean, like I immediately was like panicked. So I texted her like, oh my god, autocorrect.
Anthony, I'm worried about what you're typing into your phone if that's what the autocorrect is.
I have stuff that comes up like that all the time on my phone, things that I text back and forth with friends. Now, it wouldn't be so bad if you would have checked it autocorrect right away, but this was hours after you'd sent that text.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it was like several hours later. It was like,
Could you imagine?
Like, why isn't she responding? So I looked, and then was like, oh my god, and then
Yeah.
immediately was like, sorry.
I'm imagining her face
When she read that text, just
my
like,
gosh.
I'm texting with the guy that I met last night. It's so cool. Oh, man, he's such a nice... Oh, my God.
And Anthony,
Oh, my God.
you swear you didn't do that on purpose and are now just trying to cover it up with an autocorrect excuse.
I swear I would never. Like, I mean, it was absolutely. I didn't realize it was like it's like the worst thing. I was totally panicked about it.
And
like now, she won't even like respond.
You're a forward guy, but I don't feel like you'd be that forward. to just say that to her.
No.
Dude, I don't know if I would believe a guy if he told me that he was just joking hours later. I would think, oh, I didn't respond, and now he wants to play it off like it was a joke.
Yeah,
If it was at night, it may be different. If it was like 1 a.m., it'd be different, though. In the middle of the day...
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, you didn't respond for like a little while after you sent that message. That's the thing that makes it look like you meant to do that. Have you been trying to call her?
Yeah, I've tried to call her, and she just, I mean, it just goes to voicemail. I left her a voicemail, but, like, now it's like, I don't want to be a stalker, but if, you know, that's why I want to do this. Second date update, because if you call from a different number, maybe she'll pick up.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
And then you can just explain yourself and see if she believes you. All right, man. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update.
All right.
All right, just hang on. Don't go texting anybody while you're on hold, all right? All right, Anthony. You know what I think about your situation?
What's that?
You say that you texted this girl something and it autocorrected to something horribly wrong that you would not want to send to somebody. But I think you did it on purpose. Yeah, I think you're a pervert, Anthony.
No way.
And I appreciate that. I like that about you. That's why I'm hoping I can get you a second date. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Anthony is on the phone with us. Basically what happened is after they went out, they were texting back and forth. He asked her if she could hang out that day. She said she was in school. Anthony meant to text her, I was hoping I could come to your class. It autocorrected to, I was hoping I could on your...
Why did you say it again? I don't want to hear it again.
Well, I gotta...
So bad,
I have to explain to the listeners how horribly wrong things went for Anthony. He didn't realize that it autocorrected until a couple hours later because he put his phone in his pocket. Then has tried to explain since then that it was an autocorrect mistake. He's even tried to call her. She won't answer the phone. He's hoping that he can get through to her using our phone since it's a different number. Hopefully she can answer, and then you can see if she'll listen to you. Anthony, any final thoughts before I dial her phone number?
No, I'm just, I'm really nervous. I really want this to work out. We have to convince her it was a misunderstanding, you know?
I think you've got this. I mean, you seem like a sincere guy, and you said that there was a true connection between you two. I mean, if there really was that sort of spark, I think that she'd believe you eventually.
If there was a real spark, she would have texted back.
Well,
yeah,
maybe
sounds
that's
like
right.
a plan. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure. All right, Anthony, I'm going to call her right now, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, is this Shannon?
Yeah, this is Shannon.
Hey, Shannon, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Do you have a second to talk?
I'm sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio program.
Okay. What is this?
I'm calling you because I have a very important issue to talk to you about.
Okay.
You recently went out with one of our listeners, and you haven't been calling him back since your date. So he emailed us. He kind of wants to apologize. His name is Anthony.
Nope.
That was quick.
Shannon?
Just hear him out.
Shannon? Shannon? She hung up.
God.
Dude, it can't.
Anthony, you there?
Yeah.
You want me to try back?
Yeah. I want to at least be able to explain.
I just mentioned your name, and she said nope and hung up.
She obviously thinks I meant to do that, and I didn't.
Here's what we're going to do, Anthony, okay? I'm going to try her back, but I'm not going to talk at the beginning of it. As soon as she answers, you try to talk to her. See if she'll stay on the phone with you. I mean,
okay.
I mentioned your name, and she was, like, gone in a second, but maybe you can get her to stay on. I don't know. You want to try it that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be prepared to rapid apologize.
Yeah, dude, quick.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll do my best.
All right.
You got this, buddy.
I hung up for a reason. I don't want to talk about this with you guys.
Shannon, this is Anthony. Don't hang up, okay? Don't hang up for 2 seconds.
What?
Can I just talk to you for 2 seconds? Just please don't hang up.
No, I know.
You're mad about the text, right? You're mad about the text message?
Yes,
It was a
I'm
total
mad about
accident.
the text.
You have to know that, right? Please believe me. It was a total accident. I would never do that. I would never say that.
You know what? No, I'm sorry. I don't buy the
No.
autocorrect.
Look,
You
it was a really. I would never. I would never say I'm gonna on your ass. Like that's ridiculous. I would never.
Oh my God! Don't even say it out
Listen,
loud.
I wanted to. It was a total accident.
Look, you're grossing me out. I already had to live with staring at it on my phone for 3 hours.
It was a total accident. I didn't mean to. Like, please, will you just give me another shot? I would never do that on purpose. My phone auto-corrected it. I mean, we had a great time before that, right? We had a great time at the coffee shop. It seemed like we really like each other. I mean, like, I felt like this was going somewhere. I felt like this could work.
I mean, I thought we had a great time, and then imagine reading that from somebody and just being like, oh, he's just like every other douchebag, you know?
Hey, Shannon, I believe Anthony that it was a mistake. We talked to him for a little while.
Yeah. He was super nervous to call you.
The things that he said about you before we made this phone call, Shannon, were all positive. Nothing was. Normally we talk to dudes, and I'm the first one to admit this is the way I feel about a girl. Like every time, be like, "Oh man, she was hot." He didn't even say that about you. He just talked about how he liked talking to you and stuff. So, I believe that he wouldn't be the type of dude to shoot out something of that magnitude
Bad
in like your
choices.
first few text exchanges.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, but you have to put yourself in my shoes. I mean, I was completely shocked when I got that text.
Yeah,
and it
I
wasn't
think
like in the middle of the day. It was like at 9 o'clock at night, and then 3 hours later, at midnight, he tells me autocorrect. I mean, that's just booty call time.
Wait, I thought this was during the day that he texted you this.
No, this was nighttime.
Oh, all right.
no.
You know, okay, now, Shannon, I can understand you're thinking a little better because if it happened at noon, all right, most guys are thinking about that at noon, but most guys are not saying it at noon. At 9 o'clock at night, there's a chance that somebody could say that.
Yeah.
And then your next text was at like midnight?
Yeah.
So,
Anthony, are you telling the truth?
I'm absolutely telling the truth. The only I didn't realize. I only looked at my phone later because I thought, why isn't she responding?
Yeah, but you never told us that this happened at night. It would be
know.
more understandable that she would be shocked by it, like if it was like 9 o'clock at night that you're trying to get with her now.
That's an
at the
important
moment.
detail of the story you left
Yeah.
out.
I don't know why it matters when I sent it. It's a text message. Like, I feel like I'm on trial here. Like, I'm
Anthony,
really like having to prove myself innocent of something I'm not guilty of. Like, I didn't do it on purpose. It was my phone.
you're not on trial, Anthony. If you did it on purpose and you told me you did it on purpose, I would still have your back. Because I think it's awesome. Shannon, do you believe, Anthony, that it was a mistake, though?
I mean, I don't know. I'm still recovering from this. I mean, but based on, you know, the tone of his voice and what you guys have said.
Here, Anthony, how about this? Ask Shannon out on another date. See if she'll go out with you again. And then you can hear it from Anthony, and you can decide if he's hiding some sort of pervertedness.
Yeah. There's no chance of
Underneath it
you
all.
auto-correcting this time.
Shannon, I'm really sorry. It was a total mistake. It was an accident. I'm a great guy, and I really like you. I would love to take you out again if you would give me another chance.
oh, you gotta say yes to that, Shannon. Come on.
But why does your phone already autocorrect to that?
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's a good point.
I don't know why. I have no idea. I promise it was an accident. Just give me one more chance, please. It's a total misunderstanding.
Shannon, I will pay for a second date if you'll go out and give Anthony another try.
Come on.
I just don't want this to happen again. So if we go out, you're not allowed to send me text.
A no text rule. All right, so
That seems fair.
you will go out with Anthony, give it another shot.
Yeah. Yes. And
Yes,
yeah, let's see what
thank
happens.
you.
Yes.
Oh, look at that little lovebirds.
Congratulations, Anthony. You got your second date. Yeah.
Thank you for helping.
Shannon, good luck with everything, okay?
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank
Hey,
you guys.
Shannon, I am going to send you a congratulatory text after this. There might be a few autocorrect.
No.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I just have one question for the guy who's on the phone for a second date update today. Nicholas, how are you?
I'm well. How are you guys?
My question to you is, why aren't you dating somebody your own age? Why are you dating senior citizens?
Oh, no.
Oh, come on.
What are you talking about?
Well, from your email, it says that you took your date out on a tour of a chocolate factory. I figured that's somewhere where you take, like, someone in their early 80s or a 4-year-old. So I figured, I was assuming you're not dating, like, young children, I hope. And so I was guessing that you're dating somebody who's, getting on in years. Is that true?
No, it's not.
So your date was your age?
Yeah.
And I'll have
Right.
you know, we did a chocolate tour at Theo when I was dating my husband, and look how it turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look how it turned
We're
out.
married
The
now.
only people I know that still actually read a newspaper. In other words, you're not dating 90-year-olds, are you, Nicholas?
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about the girl that you want us to call today. We already know that you took her on a tour of a chocolate factory. Was that fun?
We had a great time.
Okay.
But we met when we were volunteering at a charity event.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I don't do it all the time, but with the holidays coming up, I thought it was a nice thing to do.
Yeah, why
Nicholas
not?
was volunteering at our senior citizen.
Yeah. Charity event.
Okay,
More like
we get it.
cleaning up bedpans, So you guys met at a charity event. Did you ask her out the same day that you met her, or?
Yeah, I did. She's really energetic, and she made the event a lot more fun. So I thought, well, I'd like to spend more time with her, so I just asked her, and she said, yeah.
Okay.
So you asked her out, and you guys went to the chocolate factory. What was your main selling point there?
Well, before we went, I read that chocolate was an aphrodisiac. So, not that I was going to get fresh or anything. But
You didn't actually tell her that, did you?
Yeah, please.
No, what do you think?
All right.
Yeah, what do you
Hey, I got a great date. We're going to go to this chocolate factory because I heard chocolate makes people horny.
Yeah, wink,
You
wink.
want to go there?
Yeah, that's a great pickup line.
Okay. So you kept the aphrodisiac part to yourself, but she seemed to enjoy herself at the chocolate factory?
Yeah, we saw the process, and at the end they let you sample all the chocolates that are there, and it seemed like she was having a great time, and I could see us hanging out more.
Okay.
And then when we walked out of to her car when we were leaving, I made a pretty bold move, and that might be why she's not calling me back.
What'd
What did you do? Did the tour excite you like you thought it would, and then you actually showed her how excited you were?
Like that. No. When we were walking out, I grabbed her hand, I spun her around and kissed her, and she seemed shocked by that. But I said, I have a rule that I always kiss on the first date, but only if the girl's worth it, and you're worth it.
Nice line.
Oh, that's a
Nick?
lame line.
You don't like that line?
No,
I
that's
kind of like that
stupid.
line.
And it makes you sound like you kiss every girl on the first date.
But only if she's worth it. I don't. I really don't.
To me, it sounds the opposite, that you don't kiss every girl on the first date. I guess you know what, your line would have worked on me.
You're not
So-
really my target audience.
Hey, well, maybe you're dating the wrong kind of people. So you spun her around, you kissed her, and you gave her that line. And did she react in a positive way, or did she seem annoyed by that?
Well, I asked her if we could hang out again, and she said yeah.
Okay.
She seemed really excited by it. So.
What kind of kiss was this? Was this like a peck type of kiss, or was this full on, like, lasting a couple seconds?
It was a big romantic kiss. It was like a movie kiss. I wanted her to remember it so I could get a second date out of it.
Okay, and she agreed to hang out again. How long has it been since you heard from her then?
Well, I've texted her and I've emailed her, but it's been 3 days.
You said you may think that you maybe went too far with the kiss. Did she act like flustered, giggly? What was her attitude afterwards?
But she was giggly. She was blushing a little bit, but it didn't seem, that didn't seem not normal.
Yeah, I think she didn't like it. She wouldn't have told you that you guys would be going out again. She probably would have called the cops on you right then and there for harassing her. So she obviously wasn't that thrown off by your kiss. What do you think it is then? Why do you think she doesn't want to call you back?
Maybe she didn't like the chocolates. I don't know.
She
She's
doesn't
mad about the
have
chocolate.
any known chocolate allergy that you're aware of, right?
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
She's been in the hospital for a week straight because of a chocolate allergy. All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, get her on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
Awesome, thank you.
All right, and by the way, I'm still head over heels about that line that you used.
Use it all you want.
No, I want you to use it on me, Nick, if this second date doesn't work out for you. All right, hang on. All right, Nick, here we go. You ready to call Rachel and see why she isn't getting back to you?
Yeah, I am.
You know what, I was thinking about it. And your whole dating experience proves to me that you just cannot please any woman out there, okay? Either you don't kiss them on a first date and they think that you're a puss, right? Or you do kiss them on a first date and they think that you're too forward. That's why, Nick, I don't even think we should do the second date. I think you need to start dating dudes. And me and you need to go out. Hey, that line that he had on her, really.
It worked, dude.
It worked with me, man. What do you think? Let's just blow this whole second date thing off and you and I go out.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it, man.
All right, well.
Strange.
Now I'm let down. All right, if you're just tuning in for the second date update, Nick wants us to call a girl named Rachel. They went to a chocolate factory, had a tour, enjoyed themselves. At the end of the date, though, what he thinks might have gone wrong is he grabbed her while they were walking in the car, just turned her around and kissed her, and used his little patented line on her. What's that line again, Nick?
I have a rule that I always kiss on the first date, but only if she's worth it.
But only if she's worth it. And then you do the shooter hands at her. You're worth it.
Wink.
Yeah, I just want to put. I don't do that. I just want to put that one out there.
Oh, okay. No shooter hands. You just say it. Okay, he's texted her a couple times. Hasn't heard anything back. All right, man. I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, and find out if that's what you did wrong, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Rachel, please?
Yeah, this is she.
Hey, Rachel, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. How you doing?
Fine. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm calling because you recently went out on a date with a listener of ours, and he liked you a lot, but you haven't been returning any of his text messages or phone calls. So he emailed and asked if we could call you and find out if something went wrong on your date.
Okay.
His name is Nicholas.
Yeah, I know Nicholas.
You know Nicholas, okay. Well, we talked to Nick about your date. He told us that you went to the chocolate factory and all that good stuff. And he also says that he's been trying to get a hold of you, but you're not responding to anything. Is there a reason why, or are you just busy?
Listen, I'm at work, and I want to be really nice about this, so let me just say this. Nicholas seems like a really, really nice guy, and actually the chocolate factory was a really lovely thing to do. But all throughout the time that we were there, he just kept saying stuff like, oh, my ex-wife would never do this, and she would never enjoy it the way you've enjoyed it today, and that kind of thing. And
He talked about his ex-wife the whole time?
Yeah, pretty much. Like every other thing that we did, he was like, "Oh, she would never have tried this. You're so much cooler
That is
than her."
so annoying.
Gosh, that is
Rachel,
such a bad move.
I know you're at work. Thank you very much for,
Yeah, no,
talking to us.
listen, he's not a bad guy. It was
Yeah.
just kind of weird and creepy that he kept bringing her up.
I had an ex-girlfriend like that, and one time we were at the drive-thru at Taco Bell, and she's like, this Taco Bell reminds me of Greg. And I was like, what? So I understand exactly how annoying that could be, especially on a first date, Rachel. Okay, so when I talk to him again, you want me to let him know that, hey, maybe don't talk about your ex-wife so much on a first date?
Yeah, and then here's the other thing. And again, super nice guy, but I got home, like he dropped me off. It was very sweet. And within like minutes, there was an email that he sent me saying, oh my God, I had such a wonderful time, which is fine. But then he started to list like all these different things that he had already looked up that he wanted us to try and do together.
So he was already planning the second date.
He planned out the next 6 months and just went totally overboard with what he sent me in the email.
So he talked about his ex-wife the whole time, and then he was a little too fast on just like, hey, man, we can do this and this and this and this. All things that my ex-wife didn't want to do. We can do all that. That's what he was like?
Basically, yeah. And again, I don't want him to feel like I'm trying to slight him or snub him. I just think that he needs to pull it back a little bit, not seem quite so eager. It turned me off.
Rachel,
nice guy, just don't want to go out with him again.
Thank you, Rachel. Appreciate you being honest with us.
Yeah.
And thank you for being honest with him, too, because he's actually on the other line and heard everything that you just said.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he is serious.
Yes, I am.
Oh.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
So you really talking about my ex-wife that much?
Yeah, you really were.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was. But honestly, everything, she wouldn't have done any of that. And I thought it was so great.
No, Nicholas, stop. You're talking. Okay, I understand what you're saying, but kind of by doing that, you're talking about her again. Maybe just explain to Rachel that you cannot talk about her in the future if Rachel wanted to give you another shot.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I...
Just take it what I said.
Look, you're really, really sweet. I just think maybe you need to talk to someone about whatever feelings you haven't resolved over your ex-wife. It can't be with me, though.
Nicholas, is the divorce recent? Is that why you're still so stuck on it?
It was like 14 months ago. I'm not stuck on it.
Okay.
You
moved
brought
on
it up
completely.
on the first date.
And you just brought it up a second ago.
Yeah.
I feel like, Nicholas, maybe you're not ready to be dating.
It's okay.
I kind of agree with them, Nicholas. I think that maybe you need to, take some more time to get over this, because anyone who talks about their ex-wife throughout an entire date and then sends an email to someone saying, there's 3,000 things I want to do with you in the next 2 weeks, that's just kind of a bit much. Really. And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm trying so hard not to be mean because he's a nice guy. I don't want to go out with him again.
Yeah.
Wait, can you just stop saying you don't want to go out with me again? Because I've heard it 4 times now. and
See, Nicholas, it's not really fun to hear about something over and over and over again.
Yeah, but I don't think I was going over and over and over again. I don't recall that, and I didn't email you 3,000 things. I emailed you 3 things with 10 possible other things to do if those 3 things didn't work out.
Oh, Nicholas.
You're very organized, Nicholas. I'll give you that.
I think that part's kind of sweet. Can't you say he was just excited about seeing you again?
No. I just think it was a little bit too much, and I don't want to go out with you again.
Sorry, stop saying that.
Poor Nicholas.
I know, Rachel, you've already answered my question, but I have to ask it anyway. Would you go out with Nicholas again? We will pay for a second.
Don't ask her that. She already said it.
Poor Nicholas.
Could try in a different language
Yeah,
or
but
something.
I just wanted to make sure, Nick.
Yeah, I think we've already covered the bases. I think we're all pretty sure that she doesn't want to go out.
I haven't heard it from her yet, or have I not been paying attention?
Come on, Jubal.
So no date then, Rachel, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Hey.
At least it wasn't the kiss that did you in. I mean,
And at least Jubal wants to go on a date with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jubal, you free tomorrow?
Send him 30 date possibilities and I'll think about it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
You know, I've hosted a lot of speed dating events for different companies.
Yeah.
And I never actually thought that people ever go out on dates from speed dating because they're the most awkward things ever.
I'm with you on that.
Usually people sit together like, oh, you got a minute and a half to do your date. And they sit there and they're quiet and they look at each other. Most of the time the guy's trying to talk to the girl who is already looking at the next table over because she sees a guy who's way better looking and is just ignoring him the whole time.
Yeah.
They're just bad and awkward. But apparently people actually do meet someone on a speed date that they'd like to see a little longer in person. Sort of like what happened with Zach, who was on the phone with us for a second date update. Zach apparently met the girl that he wants us to call today on a speed dating adventure. Is that right, Zach?
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Good, man. So it actually worked out for you, huh? The awkward
awesome.
speed dating thing.
Well, yeah, I was shocked.
Have you done speed dating type stuff before, or is this the first time you had done it?
I totally agree with you, man. It always seems kind of awkward or weird, so I've stayed away from it for the longest time. My buddy and I both ended up going just for the hell of it because we dared each other to do it. And it was funny because most of the girls there they just definitely were not my type. There's one girl I totally connected with, and that's the girl I ended up going on a date with, Carly.
What did you learn about Carly in that minute and a half that just made you think, wow, I was wrong about this?
She's hot.
We talked about a lot of different things, but it wasn't so much that. It was just the vibe I got from her. She just seemed so different and down to earth. And probably because she was new in town. She told me that she's just gotten to the area.
I imagine in a situation like that, Zach, it's not so much what you learn about each other. It's like if you guys can even have somewhat of a decent conversation in a minute and a half. So what did you guys do on your actual date?
So, because she said she was new in town, I wanted to take her to Pike Place. I wanted to kind of show her a little bit of what it is that we're known for in the area. And so we went there, we walked around, we had some food. She's a really easygoing girl, and we had great conversation. And we did I got her to throw some salmon in the marketplace, which was a lot of fun.
Oh, do you like the fish catch?
Yeah, she really dug it. I mean, it was just cool overall. It was just really easy with her.
Okay. How long has she been in town? You said she's new in town. When did she move here?
When I met her at speed dating was 3 weeks. And we actually got together just a few days after that. So yeah, it's been like a little less than a month.
Where's she from?
She's from Tennessee.
Oh, I bet she has a really cute accent too.
Yeah, she's very sweet, very down to earth. I even bought her some flowers when we were there, and it's almost like I just bought her a new car. You know, she's just like biggest smile on her face, and she's just like so happy and just really, really super nice girl.
All right, so you had a good time.
I had a great time.
All right.
I would think as a good old Southern girl, she would be getting flowers every day, like for every date she went on. But she thought it was an unusual thing.
I don't even think she really expressed that it was unusual. It was just the way that she was thankful for it, and she just like made me feel special that I even thought of giving her flowers. You know what I mean?
She's a country girl from Tennessee. I go to the big city, and this man's buying me flowers. What's next? Is he gonna ask for my hand in marriage? Oh, you cad, you! How did the date end? Did you guys share a kiss? Anything more than that?
I walked her to the cars, and I wanted to be a gentleman about it and just give her a kiss on the cheek.
Well, of course you do, sir. A real Southern lady would never kiss on the lips on a first date. You know that.
That's sweet.
Does it feel like you're on the date with her right now, me doing that to you?
I feel the chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I get your number, man?
You know you can. You can go out.
Tell him drink of water.
All right, so you kissed her on the cheek, wanted to be a gentleman. She's obviously not calling you back. How long has it been? How many times have you tried to get a hold of her?
I called her a couple times, texted her a couple of times, and it's just clear to me that she's just blowing me off at this point, which is really weird because I wasn't expecting that.
You get any response from anything?
Nothing. That's what's weird. That's what's really tripping me out.
And the weird thing is when you're new to town, I mean, I've been new to town before, and you basically call anybody that calls you back because you have no friends.
Yeah, you know, the thing, and I don't want to sound morbid about it, but I'm just, because she's new to town, I hope something didn't go wrong. Like, you know.
No, dude, hey, no, it's perfectly acceptable the way you're thinking. Anytime that I've ever gone out with a girl and she hasn't called me back, in my mind, I'm like, she must have died.
Yeah.
Know something? That's the only way a woman does not call this guy back. Zach, you and I are in the same boat, buddy. I don't know. We'll play a song, come back, call her, get her on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
All right, cool. Thanks, Jubal.
All right, hang on. Hey, Zach?
Yep.
After thinking more about your situation, I don't really think you need to worry. I think you might be a little premature.
Really?
Okay. Why is that?
Well, any girl that is new to this area, it's like a feeding frenzy. Like, dudes just attack them left and right. You know, because, like, we're not very attractive in this part of the world. So there's a lot of uggos out here. So as soon as a hot girl from Tennessee ends up on the scene, guys are going to be after her like crazy. So she's probably just got tons of dates, and she'll get around to you. You're like maybe like 15th on the list, you know? How's that make you feel?
All right, great.
Yeah.
All right, no need for the second date update then. I'd like to just take the wind out of your sails right before we give her a call and see why she's not giving you a call back. Sorry about that, Zach.
Yeah, feels great, guys. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Zach, I got your back. I think that if the date went as well as you said it did, then could be 20 guys that she went out on the date with, and she'd still want to call you back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the way I'd like to see it.
Okay, well, I'm going to dial the number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, and then get your second date update. You ready to go?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Please enjoy this ringback tone while your party is reached.
Ooh, fancy.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Carly, please?
Yes, this is she.
Carly, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm doing good. Who did you say what?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, a radio station here in town. I know that you're new to the area, and what we do is we get a list of people that have just moved here, and we call them to welcome them to town. So, welcome, Carly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's real nice of you.
Yeah, it is. So, where are you from? You're from Tennessee?
Yes.
And nice. And how long you been here?
Just about a month. Is this really what y'all do?
Carly, I'm not actually just calling to welcome you to town.
Okay.
You recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
You're calling me about a date that went on?
Yes, I am. You recently went out with a guy named Zach who listens to our show. You met during speed dating.
Wow, y'all do things real different in Seattle.
Yeah, welcome to our city.
So you went out with Zach, right? And he liked you a lot, but now you're not giving him a call back. So he emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out if he did something wrong on your date.
Okay.
So what'd you think of Zach?
He was real nice.
Okay, so no problems with Zach, then why haven't you been giving him a call back? He says that he's tried to get a hold of you a bunch after your date.
I don't really want to say, honestly.
Is it embarrassing?
Well, a little embarrassing for him, not so much for me.
Okay, well, that's perfect then. I don't mean it's perfect that it's embarrassing for him, but he's the one that wanted to know. So if it's something that's embarrassing about him, he's willing to hear whatever it is. So
I just feel real bad because he was real nice, you know.
Think about it this way, Carly. It's not mean to give constructive feedback. You're helping him out. Down the line, this might help him.
But I just want everyone to know that he is a real nice guy and he treated me real well, and I don't have anything against him.
we know that you like him. We know that you don't have any ill will towards him and you don't think that he's a jerk or whatever. But what is he doing, or what did he do on the date that was embarrassing enough to make you not want another date with him?
He sort of made these weird noises.
Like when he was talking, or?
Like throughout our date. Like we would just be talking, and then all of a sudden he would go like that with his, like he would make that sound with his mouth.
Okay.
Did he?
Are you picky? Are you normally a picky person when you date?
No, honestly, not at all. I mean, I was just a little confused. Like I didn't want to say anything because I thought maybe he had like a tick or something.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't want to be mean, and I know people have that, and I understand that, so I wasn't going to say anything, but he kept doing it. And then finally, at the end of the date, I just sort of asked him, because I figured I might as well ask.
How'd you ask him? Just, hey, what's up with that weird noise you're making?
Well, he made the noise, and I kind of laughed, and I was, like, nicely, and I was like, hey, like, what's that noise you're making?
Yeah.
Like, what's that about?
What did he say?
Like, and he goes, I'm just taking mental pictures of our date.
I'm taking mental pictures. So he's taking mental pictures on your date, which is, I guess, fine, but he's actually making a camera noise when he does it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, at least he could do it silently, you know what I mean?
That's pretty weird. So let me get this straight. All right, just so I can really...
It was so sweet, but it was just so, like, I didn't know what to do. It was just, I was very weirded out because he's like, I just want to remember how beautiful you are and, like, where we are now. And when, when I toss the fish or whatever it is that y'all do at that time.
Did you laugh when he told you that?
I think involuntarily I laughed.
Yeah.
Because I was a little bit weirded out, so I didn't really know what to do. So that was my reaction. Is I kind of like, oh.
Yeah, did you try to play it off like it's a cute thing? Like, oh, I just like you so much, I want to take a mental picture of you.
Yeah, I think he thought that would, like, do it for me or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
but it honestly was, I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm in an episode of CSI or something, Like, that's what the murderer does before he gets caught. That's how they find him.
Yeah.
That's his tell.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So you don't want to call him back because he takes mental pictures of things and makes a camera noise when he does it.
It wasn't just that. It's just that he thought that was, like, a cute thing to do. I was like, what other cute things does he think is okay?
Yeah. Carly, wouldn't you be interested to hear an explanation from him about his mental camera that he brings with him?
Not really. He told me enough on the date. I don't really need to hear anymore.
That's a shame. That's a shame, Carly, because Zach is actually on the other line right now and has been listening to this whole conversation.
And taking mental pictures.
Hey, Carly.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Really? That's the reason why you don't call me back? Just because of that?
Just because of that.
Oh my God. I'm so uncomfortable right now. I don't really know what to do.
Well, you know what? When I first heard what you guys were saying, I felt a little embarrassed, but I'm kind of thinking about the bigger picture here. Maybe it was all in the delivery because it really was supposed to be funny. I was supposed to make you laugh. I mean, we were having a great time. I was supposed to make you smile, but
I didn't think that was very funny, honestly.
Listen, I was just trying to be romantic. There's plenty of girls that would be totally cool with me doing something like that that's kind of romantic in a silly way,
Listen, I'm sure maybe there are some girls somewhere that think that's cute or romantic, but it just, the first time you're meeting someone, it was just a little much.
Mm-hmm.
It just
it's worked for
was
me
very
before. Like I've taken mental pictures of a lot of girls, and they don't seem to have an issue with it. Like you're having an issue with it.
Zach's got a mental photo library.
Yeah.
Almanac.
So this is your thing, Zach, to be cute with the ladies and romantic. You're like, you're so beautiful.
I'm going to take a mental picture. You like that?
I don't know why you guys are all being weird about it.
Because it's one thing to do it once, Zach. Like, maybe you did it once and that's cute. But to make that noise throughout an entire date?
Whatever. It's romantic. You guys obviously don't know what you're talking about. It's worked for me in the past. Everybody seems to be cool with it, except for you guys.
Well, I mean,
all right.
The one positive thing is he really does like you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Zach, do you want to go out with Carly again?
I do.
You do? Okay. Carly, would you like to go out with Zach again? We will pay for a second date. Maybe Zach leaves his mental camera at home in the mental camera bag and doesn't bring it along on your next date. Would you go out with him again? We will pay for it, Carly, if it helps.
I mean, honestly, I'm still a little bit weirded out, but now that I have been publicized on the radio, I feel like I have to say yes.
Yeah.
So.
And Zach's not a bad guy. He's just a mental photographer, and that's just what he does.
Oh, man.
Well, now you're making me think that I should say no because it sounds real creepy the way you say it.
No, don't. I'm not trying to do that, all right? So we'll send you guys out again. Congratulations, Zach. You got your second date.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man.
I took a big beating through all of that, but...
You came out alive.
And Zach, if the date goes really well and you guys end up together at the end of the night,
Oh,
I
no.
want you to forward me some of those mental pictures, all right?
Maybe a
Video camcorder.
Yeah. We're guys right in the middle of it, just...
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Before we even played the second date update for you, I asked for an audience poll. Text us at 78592 if what the guy did on his date was creepy or romantic. We asked the question because Zach wanted us to call this girl Carly. We got her on the phone. It came out the reason that she does not want to go out on a second date with Zach is because during the whole date, he would stop and go, "Shh, I'm taking a mental picture of this." So he was taking mental pictures on the date. It's a move that he's done many times, and he says kills it.
Yeah.
Women always think it's romantic, and it always works for him. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. Out of all the texts that came in about this second date update, 98% of them say creepy.
Mm-hmm.
We did get one person out of the hundreds of text messages that we got that says, I'd be interested in that. I think it's romantic. So one person actually kind of think it's cute.
It's probably him defending himself.
Yeah.
Listening
He's like, wait a second. So yeah, pretty much very creepy to take mental pictures while you're out on a date. And the thing is, if you're taking a mental picture of something, do it in silence.
Yeah.
Making a camera noise
Yeah.
and then saying that you're taking mental pictures of stuff is probably not going to be considered very romantic.
Emphasis on the mental
It may
part.
even be less creepy to just take the picture with
Yeah.
your cell phone, like a real picture.
Oh, no, she
Very
probably
true.
would have liked that. Oh, put this on Instagram.
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
on.
An actual picture is a lot less creepy than a mental picture. Lesson learned. If you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, Brooke and Jubal at moving925.com. We will call the person who didn't call you back.
Move it.
Chase is on the phone with us. He wants to do a second date update on a girl that he met named Stacy. In his email, it says that he just moved up here from L.A. and has started trying to date and meet people. Chase, how are you?
Great. How you doing?
Good, man. So you just moved up here from L.A. How long you been here?
Oh, about 3 months.
3 months, okay. And have you gone out on a lot of dates with Washington girls yet?
Well, I'll be honest with you. After living in L.A. for that long, like, the pickings are pretty slim up here.
Come on, you guys.
Chase,
Don't
that's
rag
funny.
on
That's funny
Washington
because
girls.
that was going to be my question to you. It was going to be like, how disappointed were you when you got here? Because I moved up here from LA like 10 years ago, and let me tell you, man, it is not the same.
Hey, you guys be nice. We may be a little bit more pale and not so up on fashion, but we're nice and we like hiking and
True, Brooke.
and pumpkin spice lattes, and we look damn good in flannel. So
Yeah.
back up.
And they
I
don't.
can see that.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, well, first of all, obviously, you liked the girl that you want us to call today. Tell us a little bit about her. How did you meet her?
Well, my boys and I were out at a bar, and we're just getting ready to leave, and I spotted this girl, and I swore I forgot I was in Seattle for a second. This girl was, well, in LA maybe like a solid 7.
Yeah.
But here in Seattle, definitely a 10.
Seattle 10 is in LA 6.5, 7.
Yeah, I mean, solid 7, I'd say.
You didn't tell her that, did you? Like, hey, you're a 10 here, but you know.
No, I was saving that for the second date.
Yeah.
Okay.
To go like, hey,
Man.
I just moved up here, and you know what? You'll do. So he went up and talked to her and asked her out, obviously. What'd you guys do for your date?
I don't mess around. So, first date is always 5-star, surf and turf.
Wow.
I take care of them, So I dropped a fat stack on dinner. We had a great time, all the works, everything, wine and dine.
Do you brag about how much money you're spending on dinner throughout the night as well?
I mean, they know. I make it very clear.
If you're taking her to a place that's nice, she probably knows how much it is. I personally think you should throw it in her face, but hey, that's just me. It's just kind of how I do things. So, did she like dinner?
She loved it. I mean, she was willing to go to a second location with me, so clearly she was into it.
Was the second location your house or her house?
No, it was a warehouse. I'm building out into a nightclub.
Okay, that's kind of creepy.
All right, yeah. Well, you're building it out to a nightclub. I'm glad you finished with that. Just when you first said, I'm taking her to a warehouse, I was like, dude, that's not appropriate behavior on a first date. So you're building a nightclub.
Yeah, well, women like men with a future, with prospects. So I wanted to show her, I'm a professional.
I will say, I think it's nice when you are excited about something and you share your passion. What was her reaction at the nightclub or the warehouse?
Funny you say that. It was a little weird because she seemed a little nervous before we walked in and she saw the build out.
Yeah, she sees the outside of a warehouse and is like, I don't want to go in there with you.
Yeah, she seemed a little off. But, once we got inside and she saw that I knew what I was doing, she saw that I'm a professional and I'm successful and I'm serious about what I do. I have passion.
Okay, so you were kind of trying to show her that if she dates you, you're not just some loser and you have a good job and you're trying to open a nightclub.
Yeah.
Were you really cocky about it though, or were you just like, hey, you want to check out this nightclub that I'm trying to open?
I mean, it's hard to show somebody something like a nightclub and be shy about it. You know what I mean? Like, I put a lot of money and a lot of work into this.
Yeah, it's just strange. It would be like me bringing a date to my place of business, right?
Yeah, but you're on the radio. Like, if you took me to a radio station after our first date, I would think that was a little bit weird.
Yeah.
I'm a promoter.
No, you know what?
Part of the nightlife.
It's true. If you're opening up your own nightclub or restaurant or something, that's cooler than being like, hey, you want to come see all the buttons that we have in the radio studio?
Yeah, right.
That I would, if I were on a date with you, Chase, and you took me to your place that you're opening up, I'd be interested in seeing that, because it's kind of interesting to see how these things are built.
Yeah, I mean, she seemed to enjoy it. She seemed really enthusiastic about it. I mean, that's kind of why I'm confused why I haven't heard back from her.
Okay. How did the evening end?
We kissed at her doorstep, and, I tried to get inside, but she said maybe another time. And,
okay. But she did say maybe another time.
Yeah, I mean, she seems sincere, but, 5 days later and 7 texts, and, I haven't heard from her.
You haven't heard anything? Not even like, hey, I just am busy?
Not a word.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
I appreciate it.
All right, man. Hold on. Chase is on the phone with us. He wanted to do a second date update on a girl that he met named Stacy. If you missed the first part of the second date update, Chase just moved up here from L.A. He's been here about 3 months. Stacy, the first girl that you've gone on a date with since you've been here?
Yeah, first one.
First one. All right. They met, went out for dinner. He says that he dropped a lot of cash on dinner, took her to a very nice place, and then gave her a tour of a nightclub that he's planning on opening. And she seemed to like everything, even said that they could go out again, but now he hasn't heard a word from her. I never asked you, do you have any idea why she wouldn't want to call you back?
Absolutely not. I mean, she even said, next time.
Okay.
Yeah, and you kissed her at the end of the night. You're a very confident man. How aggressive was the kiss?
I mean, it felt mutual. It was just a normal end-of-the-night kiss.
All right. Well, I'm interested to see what she says. We're going to call her right now, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update. You ready?
All right.
All right, man.
Hello?
Hi, is Stacy there?
This is Stacy.
Stacy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh my gosh, I'm good. I listen to you guys every day. I'm good.
Nice. You do. That's cool.
right.
A lot of times we call people and they have no idea who we are.
No,
so
I
that's
love you.
good.
Love you.
Sweet. So have you heard a second date update then before?
Yeah.
You have. Awesome.
Uh-oh.
That's exciting news for you because you're about to be the star of one.
What?
Yeah. You recently went out on a date, and that person emailed us to call you.
Are you guys serious?
Yes, I am. His name was Chase.
Oh my gosh.
You and him went out for a nice dinner, and then he took you for a tour of his nightclub that he's opening.
Yeah.
Did you like Chase?
He was a nice guy.
Okay.
That is so.
You don't sound like you
not
really
true at all,
liked him that
Stacey.
much. He says that he can't get you to call him back, and he wanted us to see if we could get you on the phone and ask why. What's the reason that you're not calling Chase back?
Is he on the other line?
Stacy, why would you say that? Stacy, if you're that familiar with the show and I tell you that he's not on the other line, are you going to believe me?
No, I know you. I'm not going to believe you.
You are a smart girl, Stacey.
Well, Stacy, okay. So you know how the second date updates work then. Yes. Chase is on the other line. I'm not going to bring him up, though, until you tell us what the problem with Chase is.
Okay. He's kind of an LA guy.
Okay, what do
That's
you
a
mean?
nice way to put it.
What do you mean by that exactly?
I don't know. He's kind of like a name dropper and, thinks he's really cool.
Right.
He's from LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was he dropping names on your date, actually?
Yeah.
Was it like
That's awesome.
Was it like famous people he knew, or?
I mean, he said he knew them.
Yeah. What names was he dropping to you? Who does he say that he knows?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He said that he helped produce Chingy's album.
Chingy, like the rapper, like right there?
I mean, I had to Google him. I didn't know who Chingy was.
Okay. So he helped produce Chingy's album.
Yeah.
All right. Did he drop any other names for you too?
Oh my gosh. He was like, when I get bored, I call up Ludacris to go race go-karts.
Wow.
Oh, that's really funny.
If he really does go call up Ludacris when he's bored to hang out, that's pretty cool, actually. That's a good name drop right there.
So it didn't impress you, though, none of this?
No, it was annoying and weird. I mean, he'd be like talking about something, and then he'd just bring up some random celebrity.
That's awesome.
Oh, great.
Why? Okay, wait. I get that that's obnoxious, Stacey, but why'd you kiss him at the end of the night then?
I just wanted him to go.
Oh,
You're like, whatever, I'll kiss you if you just leave.
Shut up.
Did he name drop after he kissed you, too? Like, I remember I was helping Winona Ryder research a role, and we kissed pretty much the same way.
I mean, it was pretty nonstop.
All right. No. Well, Stacey, you already know he's on the phone, so I'm going to punch up his line right now and let you talk to him, okay?
Do I have to?
Yes. I want you guys to talk it out. Chase?
Yeah, hey.
Hi.
Are you as big of a name dropper as she says, Chase?
No, I mean, I know some people, but I mean, they're my friends. Like it's not name dropping if you know them.
Oh yeah.
No, Chase, it is.
I mean, sorry to burst your bubble, but like it was really annoying. You don't know all those people.
Yeah, I do. Look at the credits of Chingy's album. Not the last one, the one before.
He's had more than one?
I didn't even know Chingy had two albums. Yeah.
Me neither.
Chase.
Well, it was, it wasn't a big one, but I do know these people. I mean, I'm just talking about my friends. You were talking about your friends.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like normal friends that I see all the time.
Well, I know I go-kart with Ludacris all the time, so that's a normal friend to me.
I mean, Chase, I might have been into you on the date if you hadn't been name-dropping the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess in L.A., what's cool is just a little different than what's cool here.
No, Chase. I grew up in L.A., and even the people that are actually from L.A. don't like name droppers.
But it's my friends, though.
Yeah, that's fine, but just say my friend. You know what I mean? You don't have to say my friend Ludacris.
Yeah.
You know?
Ever heard
you
of
can just
him?
be like, hey, yeah, I like to hang out with my buddy and go-kart sometime. And then later on, when she finds out your friend is Ludacris, she'll be like, oh, that's cool. He knows a celebrity. He didn't feel the need to throw it in my face. Yeah. You see what I mean?
I mean, if I said Ludacris, it's because that's his name.
All right. Okay, so you don't feel like you're name dropping, but Stacey obviously felt like you were just trying to be cool the whole time.
I mean, I am cool.
We can tell.
You're not cool. Like, you saying you're cool is the opposite of what being cool is.
It's a very good point,
Well,
Stacey.
Stacy, would you like to go out on a second date with Chase? We'll pay for it.
Yeah, I'm going to say no because he's probably going to be busy that night playing poker with, like, Vin Diesel or somebody.
That's pretty good, Stacey.
I do know Vin Diesel, and he doesn't play poker.
Come on, Chase.
Give it up.
Jesus.
Let it
Oh,
go.
man, that's
Brooke
ridiculous.
and Jubal in the morning.
This show is not sponsored by Tinder, you know, the dating app.
Yeah.
But I feel like because of the second date updates, they should probably sign on as a sponsor.
You think?
Since Tinder has erupted on the scene, we get so many emails for second date updates from people who have met off of Tinder. Just like today's second dater, Derek, who is on the phone. He met the girl that he wants us to call today on Tinder. What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Tell us a little bit about the girl that you want us to call today. What is her name, first of all?
Her name is Violet.
Violet.
Oh, Violet. And what made you swipe right?
She's adorable, gorgeous, really, and she's crazy quirky.
Could tell that
You
off.
can tell that off from her picture. She's crazy quirky.
Yeah,
and
she
I was
had
like-
glasses on.
Yeah, I think on Tinder, basically, whatever makes you swipe right is the fact that they are hot, and you thought, hey, maybe there's a chance that we'll swipe right too, and then we can both agree to
But you-
meet
I mean-
somewhere. You don't ever look at a picture and go, she has a great personality. Not on Tinder.
She just looked really goofy in the picture, and it was different than all the other, like, when you put a bikini on and press my boobs together pictures.
You still swiped right on those, but this one you swiped right on because you felt like she was going to be funny. So anyway, she obviously liked your picture too, and then you guys started talking. How long did you talk before you actually met up?
We chatted on Tinder for like a day and a half, and then we texted each other for a couple of days, and then we decided to actually meet up downtown for dinner.
And had you gone on a Tinder date like this before? Or is this new territory?
I had made plans that had fallen through, and then I went on one coffee date, but I'd never actually committed to the full dinner date yet, no.
All right, and obviously you're on the phone for a second date update, so you must have liked her a lot.
I did, yeah. She, like I said, great personality. She's hilarious. She is studying to be a nurse right now, and my mom is actually a nurse. So I know this sounds really weird, but I saw a lot of similarities between them.
Oh,
Okay.
You don't have like a creepy love for your mom though, right?
Well, that's what they always say. is-
Everybody ends up with their parent.
They always say that you want to find somebody like your mom, right? Which has been hard for me because nobody out there kisses like my mom. Nobody. It's difficult. So you had a lot of similarities between her and your mom. Obviously, you're a big fan of your mom, so you were a big fan of her too. Now, did anything happen on the date? Anything that you can think of as a reason that you'd be getting blown off?
I mean, I keep replaying it over and over, but, like, dinner went awesome. We even got coffee afterwards because we still wanted to talk to each other, and we even had a second date. A couple days after that, we walked around downtown together, different bookstores and little shops and things, and
Oh, so you guys have hung out a couple times.
yeah, and then we texted the day after that, and then, boom, just nothing. I haven't heard anything from her.
So the last time you hung out, how did you end things?
Well, I took her back to her apartment, and we said goodbye. We actually kissed.
Uh-huh. It was the first kiss?
Yeah. And she even texted me afterwards, said, like, I had a really great time today. And we texted a couple times after that, and then it's been about 5 days now, and I haven't heard anything.
What's your theory as to why she's not getting back to you?
I have no idea. I mean, I kind of have, like, a creeping suspicion that a girl like her maybe has, a couple Tinder dates lined up at, at a time. And
She has other options.
yeah, and then maybe I was not the option she wanted to go with, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
When you meet somebody off of an app like Tinder, it's primarily a hookup app. Some people meet dates off it, but it's primarily that's what it's used for. So if I met somebody off that, I'd be thinking the same thing. So that's what you feel like might be going on?
Kind of, I guess, but she never really seemed too like preoccupied or anything. So I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you if she did anything to make you think that, or that's just what you're assuming.
I mean, she was on her phone a lot, but no more than anyone else our age. So
And hopefully you stayed away from the comparisons to your mom on the first date, right?
oh yes.
Lydia says that, and it sounds like a ridiculous question, but trust me, with as many second date updates we've done, it's not. You didn't sit there and harp about how she's just like your mom, because that could
call her mommy.
Yeah, that could scare people.
Call her mommy.
Tell me you did not do that.
No, I mean I didn't call her mommy or anything.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update.
Perfect.
All right, hang on, man. I've been speculating on what could have gone wrong on Derek's date. Derek is on the phone with us right now for a second date update. He went out with a girl named Violet. They met off of Tinder. They actually hung out a few times, but now she's not calling him back, and he can't think of any reason why. Nothing weird happened, no strange conversations, nothing. Derek, here's what I think you did wrong on your date. You ready?
Okay.
I think that the fact that you haven't made a move to try to hook up with her has made her go away. Because you met her off of Tinder, and if you meet anybody off of Tinder, you're supposed to have sex with them in the first 5 minutes of meeting them.
Is that the time limit?
Yeah, and you hung out with her like twice without even really doing anything. You kissed once, but that's it. Do you think that maybe you screwed yourself by trying to be a gentleman?
I mean, I guess that's a possibility. I don't know. I didn't think she was that type of girl, but I mean, I guess that could be it.
Just goes to show you, you need to change your way of thinking, Derek. Every girl is that type of girl from now on. All right, whenever you go out. All right, man. I'm about to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, get your second date update.
Cool. Thank you guys so much.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to dial the phone number right now.
Hello?
Hey, Violet, it's Jack.
I'm sorry, who?
Jack, we met off Tinder. What up, girl? Remember me?
No.
You don't? We totes hung out like 5 times.
Sorry, I think you have the wrong number.
No, hey, Violet, don't hang up. This is actually Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on Moving 92.5.
Okay.
We've never met on Tinder before. Do you listen to the radio show at all?
I mean, I've heard of it.
You've heard of it. Okay. You recently went out with one of our listeners, and now you're not calling him back, and he likes you a lot and would love to see you again. But since you're not answering his calls, he asked us to call you and see if we can get you on the phone and ask if there's something wrong with him. His name is Derek.
Okay.
You remember meeting Derek off of Tinder?
Yeah.
Derek says he's been trying to get a hold of you for a little while after you guys hung out a few times. Do you not like Derek?
Well, he's a liar, and I really don't deal with liars.
Oh. What do you mean that he's a liar?
Everyone I meet on Tinder is a liar. And I really don't have time for guys like that.
Do you mind telling us what you think? I don't mean to say what you think because that assumes that he didn't lie. Do you mind telling us what he lied about?
Well, Derek told me he had Seahawks tickets and that he was going to take me to the next game. And then the game came and went, and guess what? No invite.
Wait.
So, okay, Violet, you feel like he lied to you about inviting you to the Seahawks game?
Yeah, obviously. He probably doesn't even have Seahawks tickets. He's probably just trying to make himself look good, being all like, oh, yeah, I have Seahawks tickets, baby. I want to take you.
But don't you think maybe he could have invited you to another game? Like you may be jumping the gun, assuming that he's just a lying jerk right away?
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Jubal?
Jubal, I didn't call you. You called me.
True.
Okay, and I'm telling you the truth.
Okay.
He told me that he had Seahawks tickets and that he was going to take me to the next game. So he's a liar because he didn't do that.
Did you?
He is a liar, just like every other guy I've dealt with. Okay.
Did you ask him about the game afterwards, or?
Honestly, I don't even want to talk to him anymore because, like I said, I just don't deal with that.
Wow. Okay. It just, you sound so upset.
Uh-huh.
And you don't really have proof that he doesn't have tickets, right? He just didn't invite you. I'm just a little confused.
Okay, what don't you understand about the fact that he told me he was going to take me somewhere and then he never invited me? That's the lie.
Got it. All right. Thank you, Violet. Thank you for explaining it to me that way. I do understand now. And I agree. I wouldn't want to go out with somebody that lied to me either, especially if they strung me along with like going to a Seahawks game or something and they never invited me. So I understand why you don't want to call Derek back.
Finally, you get it. How many times do I have to explain this to you?
Hey, Violet, I'm just...
Don't judge me and don't call me anymore,
Violet,
okay?
Violet, I'm not judging you at all. I'm actually on your side. I'm saying if he lied to you, then you have every right to be upset at him. Okay?
Whatever.
I don't, yeah.
Hey, Violet, before I let you go, I know I can
I'm
sense...
sorry, who's the girl back there? Who's the girl? She keeps making those snarky comments?
Yeah, that's me.
Violet,
Hi, it's
Violet,
Brooke.
I can sense that you want to hang up the phone, but I just hang on for 1 second, okay?
What else do you have to say? I don't even know why I'm still on the phone with you. What the else do you have to tell me?
I don't have anything else to say to you, but Derek does.
Hey, Violet.
Derek?
Yeah? What the hell?
What the hell? You call me into this radio station after you lie to me about the tickets?
What the are you talking about? I didn't lie to you. I have season tickets. Damn, we've
and
been
you told
talking
me you were
for a
going to
little
take
under.
me to
No,
the
I'm
game.
talking. We have been talking for a little under 2 weeks now. Yeah, I have season tickets. I didn't take you to that game because I'd already promised that to my best friend. You know, I assumed that you knew, since you seem like such a damn big Seahawks fan, that there's going to be more than one home game.
Derek, you told me you were going to take me to a game, and then you didn't.
I was going to take you to the next game, but that now. You know, maybe you should let people on Tinder know that you're such a selfish before they start talking to you. That you're just trying to whore yourself out for Seahawks tickets.
Whoa! I feel like it's right
Swinging. Yeah.
You know what? I don't even believe that you have tickets, okay?
You know, I'm sorry. I assumed you weren't a card. You knew that there was more than one damn home game.
Oh my God, that's my favorite. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I know how this show works, and usually ask her if she wants to go on a second date, but screw that.
You don't want a second date? Hey, Violet, I was just about to ask if you will go out
not.
with... Well, maybe she wants a second date.
Yeah.
Violet, do you want to go out with Derek again?
That's a dumbass question, okay?
Got
I
it.
do not deal with liars, and I know one when I smell one. I'm done.
That was quick. That was a quick second date update, short and to the point. Derek, did you know she was a psycho? Because you sounded like you liked her a lot. Did she show any signs of that when you were on your date?
No, I so blown away right now. I had no idea. God.
She must be like really hot and you weren't paying attention or something because that was intense.
No, that's like two different people. Like, that's just ridiculous.
I thought I was a Seahawks fan.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, so she basically thought that you lied to her about having Seahawks tickets and then felt so entitled. That's the other thing that gets me, too. She just felt like, this guy has Seahawks tickets. He didn't invite me. He's a liar. He's a liar and a douchebag, and I don't want to see him.
That's such an expensive date, too. She just expected you to give her one of your tickets?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. She asked if I was a fan. I told her that she should come to a game with me sometime since I have season tickets. And I didn't set a date or anything, or we didn't pick out a specific game.
What? Derek, you lied to her. Jeez. How dare you? Well, obviously you didn't get a second date out of the whole thing, but at least you dodged a big bullet there, I think.
Oh, yes. One big, scary psycho bullet.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.